today on a beautiful purple day with Virginia. She's the star.
My last the
Oh,
purple.
she's not just the star of today, she's the star of the whole creation of Epilepsy Portal here. So,
Mm.
welcome, guys. Virginia, can you tell us what Purple Day is?
Purple Day is a beautiful day because it's a day of epilepsy awareness and teaching people about epilepsy, how to deal with epilepsy. If somebody has a seizure, what the different types of seizures are, the different organization is just all around awareness about people living with epilepsy.
Thank you very much. So, and then the Purple Day was, I think it was founded in 2008 by Cassidy. What's her last name? Cassidy Megan.
Evan,
Cassidy Megan.
Cassidy
Okay.
and Megan.
Yeah. So she struggled with her own epilepsy, and it just happened to, this is very good because it gives us opportunity to, to show the awareness, to make that day to be the day of awareness all over the world. So that's an awesome thing. Okay, so we're gonna be talking about what epilepsy is.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the live, guys.
What is it?
So Virginia, Virginia is gonna talk about what epilepsy is for her. So I can give
Let's
you.
start with what epilepsy is, the definition.
Do you
You
want
do
me
that.
to? Okay, you want me to give the definition? Okay, so let's do that.
Mm.
I will do the definition of epilepsy. So, what is epilepsy? Epilepsy is a neurological disorder characterized by recurrent seizures. Seizures occur due to sudden excessive electrical discharges in the brain, which can cause a variety of symptoms. Um, Depending on the part of the brain affected and the integrity of the discharge. Did it say intensity? My apology. Intensity of the discharge. These symptoms can range from brief lapses in attention to muscle jerks to severe convulsions and loss of consciousness. So I will
Mm.
post a video on what is epilepsy, and I'm actually gonna make it um like our video for the channel, like a startup video, so people can know like what the channel is about. And I think that's a really good thing. So I'm in the making, and I'm also gonna post it on TikTok as well. um yeah. So epilepsy has different types. So people who have epilepsy have different type of seizures. And before I go in more into uh the actual description of everything, Virginia can tell you what epilepsy has been for her, because I think that's the whole point. Is, I we can give you the description of what it is, and then the real life person can tell you what they go through when they go through this kind of thing, because everybody is different.
Okay. So with me, when I first started having seizures, they were just grand mal, or what are they called now? Tonic clonic.
They're called
Um,
tonic, yeah. No.
so I would just have those. So I would go unconscious. Sometimes I would fall if I was standing up. Get a lot of injuries, which recovery after that. The seizure itself only lasted a short time, a couple minutes, but the recovery time was at least an hour, and it would be very exhausting. I'd always want to go to sleep right after, um, but in the cases where like I hit my head, I wasn't allowed to sleep for many hours because like we didn't know if I had a concussion or not.
So the
Um,
rule was the rule is, I mean, medical rule is 2 hours. So I tried to keep you awake for 2 hours. It was
yeah,
super hard. Yeah,
you
because
tried so hard. My
you
body
just
was
wanted
just
to
like,
sleep it
no.
off. Yeah.
So at some point, my seizures started to evolve, I guess. And so I started having absence seizures as well as partial seizures, where I would have the aforementioned the jerking movements. So I ended up in hospital with a second degree burn because of one of those incidents after dropping the kettle that had just finished boiling, and burned my leg because of that. Although the rest of my body was not affected by the seizure itself, it was just my hand or my arm, I guess.
It was
And
almost the whole bottom of your body, hun. Like,
yeah,
like,
it was the whole right side, and the tops of both of my feet.
yeah. So Virginia spilled the hot water on, like, from waist down.
Yeah,
You
waist
had it,
down.
and you had it on your legs too, mostly on your
Yeah,
right. Was it right leg
I
or?
have pictures of it on.
Oh, we
I
have
think
a
I have pictures
video.
of it.
We have a video on that.
Yeah, I
I,
have pictures of
yeah,
it
I
on my
remember.
Instagram.
Yeah, and I posted a video as well, so you guys are welcome to
Um,
check it out.
but yeah, this it's generally exhausting. Regardless of it even being partial seizures, it's still exhausting because your brain is surging all this electricity, and it's using up that energy. So it's tiring you out just by being. And like I'm constantly tired. Even now, I haven't had seizures for a while. I've been lucky enough that I've since November was my last seizure. Um, and I had even gone for 2 years without a seizure, but then they started happening again last year. Um, but thankfully, I haven't had seizures since then. But again, like it's the seizures themselves. They're even when they're controlled by medications. The medications are one of the reasons that I'm like tired all the time, and the way the brain functions when you have epilepsy is so different from somebody who does not have does not have epilepsy, a normie, I guess you would say. um i would I would just be tired all the time, and even in school I was so tired. I would wake up, even um I think I had sleep seizures even when I was a teenager, because I remember waking up and being completely exhausted and my muscles sore, even though I
And
didn't
all
have a
those
seizure the day before.
and all those sleepless nights, because now that you mentioned school, I remember when the teachers were telling me that you're sleeping in class. So you were so
I
you were
actually
staying
There
up
was
all
this one
night.
teacher.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember his name, because he was such a great teacher. I remember this kid trying to wake me up, and I was kind of waking up. I fell asleep at my desk. I was kind of waking up, and then I remember the teacher saying, "No, no, no, don't wake her up.
Yeah.
She, don't wake her up. She needs it."
Yeah. So one of the things for people with epilepsy is that they need adequate sleep. So the rest
Yeah,
is
sometimes even 8 hours
necessary.
is not enough.
Yeah. So the rest
Like
is
some people,
necessary.
some people are okay. Some people are with epilepsy are okay with 8 hours, but like me,
Yeah. So
I
everyone is different. Absolutely. So I was saying that
if
you
I
need the
sleep eight
necessary sleep.
hours and I'm fine, it's like a miracle to me.
Yeah. Yeah, you need the hours that your body needs to replenish, to rebuild your brain cells, because that only happens when you're sleeping.
Mm.
So,
And for your brain to
you,
process everything that you've been through that day.
yeah, your body rebuilds your cells, so it heals when you sleep. And I know that for a fact because I need 12 hours of sleep. I need 12 hours of sleep to recover because I have fibromyalgia and not 100, but a whole bunch of different things that, are affecting me on a daily basis. And the pain is the worst. So I need that rest. And people who have epilepsy, they need rest to recover from the
Yes.
seizures, and they need that rest to rebuild the brain cells.
The
So
other
that's the
thing
message.
too is that with anti-epileptic medications, it makes you more tired, but on top of having epilepsy and having all of this, I also have PCOS. So my hormones have actually are probably my hormones being out of whack are probably like the initial reason that I started having seizures in the first place.
Yeah, that's not
It's
helping for
nothing
sure. Yeah.
diagnosed officially, but it's possible. So the and
I still
gaining weight
suspect
because
it was the vaccine that you got, honey. I am suspecting that was the cause. That
okay,
that
well we don't
triggered your
know.
seizure.
We don't know anything. So
We don't know
but
for a fact. Yeah.
um so yes, also taking medications, it decreases your metabolism, and that's one reason you feel low energy all the time. And I already have PCOS, which also creates more weight problem. So with those two things, you gain more weight, and on top
And
of
that doesn't help.
everything, the
That
weight
doesn't.
makes you more tired. It makes you more exhausted when you move. So
Yeah.
it's so much harder. It makes it so much harder to lose weight. The PCOS and the epilepsy, like the medications, but you can't get off the medications because you need the medications. So it's just it's exhausting, and I I try to push myself to exercise and be healthy. Um, but it gets difficult when you're just exhausted all the time and you're trying to push yourself to stay awake and do things when it's so difficult. It's practically like you're going to crash every second of your life.
So yeah, on top of, how everyone
And painful.
has, yeah, so on top of what everyone goes through life with everything else, that goes on in everybody else's life, we're talking about, people who are, either healthy or have issues. The person with
Mm.
epilepsy has to go through a completely different set of things, and that depends on the degree of, the seizures, on how strong they are, how frequent they are, and the injuries that happen afterwards. So that is one of the most, like, difficult parts. And your brain acting out whenever it wants to, pretty much, it does not help with, having to deal with everything that you do deal with in everyday
And
life.
another thing,
Yeah.
people on epileptic medications are a lot more likely to have a vitamin D deficiency. And when you have a lack of vitamin D, uh, it makes it harder for your body to absorb calcium. So you have weaker, like less dense bones, weaker joints, and so you end up feeling in pain because of this.
Yeah.
So
So that
it
happened
just
to
kind of
Virginia.
unravels itself.
You wanna tell what happened to you?
Oh yes, I broke my ankle. You so during a seizure, it was just one of the partial seizures. I where like I guess feel like somebody's pushing me down. Um, Usually I fall like right on my butt. But this particular time, I fell sideways, and my ankle actually snapped. Because I had such low bone density, it just snapped, and it was a clean snap. Like, thankfully, it was a clean snap. They were able to set everything, and they did surgery and everything. But then, while I was recovering, while I was out of the hospital, I had another one and broke two toes on my other foot. So I ended up in the hospital for a couple months, or I think it was like a week or two. And then they transferred me over to the epilepsy monitoring unit. And uh, I think the when after I broke my toes, that's when the neurologist at that hospital, that's when she prescribed me the medication that I'm on now, that is actually helping. Um,
So can I share on the live? Can I show the doctor's name? That's allowed for us to do.
yeah,
I d-
yeah.
I only remember her
So
first
Dr.
part,
Sapula Burger.
Supalveda,
No,
wasn't
it's
it?
Sapula Burger.
Oh, okay. Amazing lady. She found the
Yeah.
right.
She
pres-
finally found the right medication. She's like, this is just getting ridiculous. You're breaking all these things. We need to
This
find
was
something that's going to work for
after.
you.
Was it after a decade? No, more than 10 years, right? After more than 10 years of searching for the right,
Yeah,
medication for
definitely
you,
more than.
right? When
Yeah,
when
cause then that's when I stopped having seizures, when I started taking that.
Oh my gosh, you started at 13, and this was like only
Yeah, it
a
was
few years
like
back.
4 years ago, Mom.
And we are 23. So yeah,
We're at
no,
24.
okay. Oh no, I'm calculating wrong. I'm calculating from your age to the year.
Of the year, okay, yeah.
You have to
And I
discount from
get
how old
what
you are.
you're.
Discount 13 from how old you are, and then you're gonna get the number there. So 10,
I think
17.
I was 26. I spent
It's
I spent half my life at that point having seizures, and that's when a neurologist finally stepped up and was like, "Hey, you know what? Let's try this," and then it
Yeah,
worked.
yeah. So
Although I couldn't take it while I was in the epilepsy monitoring unit, because obviously they were trying to see.
yeah, they actually deprive you of your medication so
But
they
once
can
I was out of
monitor.
the hospital, I was on that medication, and I stopped having seizures, which was really nice, and it was such a relief. Like, it's like lifting a condo building off of a mouse's back.
Yeah, and that's how I will feel when I finally get rid of fibromyalgia. But okay, it's not about me. So I was gonna say that the injury that when you had that the injuries and the recovery of those injuries, sometimes injuries are
Took
super
a few
serious.
months.
So
Took a few
depending
months for
on,
me to be able to walk again.
yeah, and then you had to go back to get the screw removed. Was it the plate and
That
a
was a
screw?
year after.
Yeah, so there was a plate and a screw that needed to be removed as well.
Yeah, because it was a plate and 9 screws.
Yeah, so but it
So
was bugging you.
because of that implantation, I had a lot less mobility. I like, even though I tried to bend my leg, tried to bend my knees,
Yeah.
um, or at least my right side, where my ankle broke. Uh, it was difficult because when you try to bend your knee, uh, while you're standing, you're trying to do a squat or whatever. Your ankle extends, it stretches, your foot stretches at the same time. And so, because of that, I had a lot less mobility, a lot less flexibility. And even to this day, it's still better after getting the plate and the screws removed, but it's never going to be the same
Well,
as
yeah.
before because,
Once you
you
break
know,
something, it's never gonna be the same. That's for sure. I want to ask you, Virginia, are you able to comment at all in the chat? Because I tried going down there and it just says all messages are visible. Uh, but
I'm not able to comment because I'm part of the life.
oh, okay, okay. All right. So yeah. So let me go to the second part that I was gonna read about the epilepsy. So this is
As
the
long as you have comments allowed on your
yeah,
end,
yeah. I
there
put
will
it
be.
all comments allowed. That's what it's set to.
Mm.
Hold on, where is it now? No, it's not letting me open that. But okay, so never mind. So there are many different types of seizures, and they can be classified into main categories. So one is focal seizures. So partial, those are partial seizures. These seizures originate in a specific area of the brain and can affect only one part or one side of the body. Depending on the affected area, focal seizures can cause serious symptoms, including altered consciousness, involuntary movements, sensory changes, and emotions. So Virginia had those seizures too. So from tonic-clonic, it
The
evolved.
tonic-clonic can also be on one part of the brain. The problem is that I was never available or never eligible, sorry, for surgery
Because
because
your
my
seizures are
seizures are
generalized.
generalized. So
Exactly.
it
So
means it happens all over the brain.
okay. So
Some
yeah,
people can have uh, convulsions like full tonic-clonic seizures
yeah.
and still not have it generalized. It can be in one part of the brain, and they would be eligible for surgery, but that was not the case with me.
Okay. So let me read what generalized seizures are in a description. So generalized seizures, these seizures involve abnormal electrical activity throughout the brain from the onset. So they typically affect both sides of the brain simultaneously and can lead to loss of consciousness and convulsions. So generalized seizures include subtypes such as tonic-clonic seizures, previously known as grand mal seizures, and like I know, but that's a good reference because people know. Okay, grand mal or tonic-clonic is the same thing. Absence seizures, so previously known as petit mal seizures, and atonic seizures and myoclonic seizures. So Virginia had all of these seizures from tonic-clonic seizures that it started at.
Yes.
I think the medications that you were taking were the ones who made those seizures
I think
become
it was
different ones.
once I became an adult. It was a couple years after that, I think.
Okay,
I think I was about 20 when they started to evolve.
okay,
So then for quite a few years, maybe 6 or 7 years, they were just tonic-clonic, and then they evolved into being more at that
okay.
point.
You know how
Because
there is
I I was never noticed that issue before, and then as I got older, like I would end up flipping over my plate just because I had a seizure, And I'd get so upset because I spent all that time making that food, and then everything's just on the ground now.
We have one video like that, so you guys can watch that video. What I wanted to
It was
mention
so
is that
frustrating. At some point, I was like, if I dropped it on my bed, I stopped caring. I would put it back on the plate and then take the dog hairs out if I saw any and still eat it. Because
we,
I
we
spent so much time making that food
we
and
have
I
one
wasn't gonna
video.
waste it anymore.
We have one video where Virginia actually where well the food dropped because she had the partial seizure.
If it fell on the floor, I
And
was not gonna eat it. But if it fell on my bed, that's when I ate it. When it fell on my
that
bed, that's
no,
okay.
that one you didn't
Cause I
eat it.
washed my bed regularly. The only difference was that my dog hair
That
got on
was such
everything.
a funny video. I hope you well, I know we're laughing because it was a super funny video. And I told you because it fell down on the
I
floor.
got mad at my arm. I got mad at my arm for flipping the plate over, and I just said, you know what?
Okay, and the only way you didn't decide to eat it because I asked you, well, what do you want me to do with it? Wash it? And you're like, you were thinking about it.
I was like, would that? But then it wouldn't taste good
Oh my
anymore.
god. I think that was the last of the eggs we had anyway, but yeah, it's you can look back enough at things, and you can only do it if you well
If you
if you
keep
know
a
what
sense of
seizures.
humor,
Yeah, and if you know what seizures are, and there's a certain things that you don't say if you don't know about seizures.
hello,
Hola, oh, hello,
summer.
Purple Warrior. How you doing? Hi, welcome
Hi.
to the live. Welcome.
Also, I would like to introduce you to my beautiful dog, Devi. He's
Oh, hi, Debbie.
means cuddling.
This is Virginia's dog. He's
And
been
then,
with us for a few years.
and also, Mr. Hi, Bruno. Hi,
Hey,
Bruno.
Bruno.
Look at that
Pets
beautiful
are
face.
awesome for for people who have seizures. They're very good companions.
Yeah, you get to sleep.
And yeah,
He likes his
and
little hotel over here where he's.
so Virginia, why don't you tell people who do have seizures, who have epilepsy, and don't have dogs, how awesome and amazing it is to have a dog
I
as a
can tell
support.
you, I can tell you for a fact, it's going to
Uh,
get a little dark. I can tell you for a fact that I don't know if I would still be here today if I did not have Debbie, because there were points in my life having to deal with like everything. It's a big mental health issue that at some point I just didn't want to talk to anybody, and because it was just so frustrating repeating the same thing over and over again. And
yeah.
even though I had people around me that were going through similar things, it it was just so frustrating. And I would have those moments where I would think like maybe I shouldn't be here anymore because it's so hard at fighting this all the time.
So
But
yes,
I would look
a
at
good.
Debbie. Debbie would come over and he'd be like, "Hi, mommy," and then I'd be like, "Okay, well,
He
okay, I
is
guess my
such a
life isn't
great.
so bad."
He's such a great loving support.
And
We
it
were
was
so
like he
blessed.
always knew. He always knew when I was feeling like that. He would always come up to me and like, give me those eyes like, "Mommy, I'm here for you. I love you and you stay here."
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Summer Purple Warrior says, I'm okay. Long time no see. Hope you are
Mm.
well. And I suffer from seizures as well. Well, we're glad, that you found us back. We apologize for a really, really long break. I needed. I've been having a lot of issues actually with health as well. So I had to be
Mm.
dealing with those. And we're gonna be back. I'm gonna give Virginia access actually to the channel so she can stream sometimes herself,
Mm.
that I don't have to be here. And I think that will just give us, a little more output to help our community. So, what type of seizures do you have, Samo Warrior?
Purple warrior.
Uh, Samo Warrior. I don't have to
I'm a
say that.
purple warrior.
I know,
Mm.
but purple is like for everyone who has epilepsy, so we already know that.
But she's the warrior for the purple.
Yeah,
For the
yeah.
purple people.
So, okay, so let me just read the. Did I read on general seizures already?
Ooh, in the UK. We're in the UK.
Liverpool, super awesome.
Liverpool.
This is,
Oh, see,
yeah.
I'm exhausted from the walk that I did.
Thank,
I didn't even
thank
see that. I'm like, ooh,
you.
UK.
Thank you.
All I saw was UK. But yeah,
Thank you for the
Liverpool is nice.
love. We are from Toronto, Canada. So
Yes.
another large city in the world. Yeah.
Was it 4 million people in just in Toronto?
Oh no, we have more than that. We have, I think, close. Last time I looked, it was 7 million.
7 million, jeez.
And don't forget
Just in
GTA.
Toronto?
Yeah, don't forget GTA. I think it's GTA, but Toronto is GTA is now considered Toronto, so they're kind of changing things. Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah. So okay, we're done with the seizure. So I just wanted
You
to
got
say this.
diagnosed with
Read it, honey. Yeah.
you got so Purple Warrior got diagnosed with
Need.
need even though oh your EEG came back normal. Uh but you think you may have been misdiagnosed.
Yeah. So okay, a lot of people don't get the EEG will not show that they have seizures, and they have
If you're
seizures
not
because
actively having a seizure, like unless your brain is constantly uh I the way I like to put it, rebooting itself. Unless it's constantly working,
very well
overworking
said.
itself, it's
Yeah,
not going
very
to
well
show
said.
on the EEG unless you're having a seizure. So that's why they actually had me in the epilepsy monitoring unit in Toronto because they have the EEG on all the time. They take you off your meds, and that way, so when you do have a seizure, the EEG is already connected so that they can record what's going on during your seizure.
Exactly. So, the first time we went to have Virginia to have the
I think
EEG,
they have one in the UK as well. They have an
yes, they do.
epilepsy monitoring.
Yes, they do. I know for a fact that they do. Um, I because the first time I actually found out about it, it was someone from UK, and then I was asking, oh, what is it? What is this monitoring unit? And it was someone who shared it, who was there, and that's how I got you in the monitoring unit here, because then I found out we have one in Toronto as well. So the thing for you would probably be somehow to go and get in that monitoring unit. If you like want to have, medical diagnosis, they will measure you depending on what time they have available for each person.
Mm.
And then you're gonna be connected with a whole bunch of wires, to your head. But just go through the process. They're gonna be there for you all the time, and they will gonna be able to tell you what type of seizures you have, where they originate from, if they're partial seizures, if they're general seizures, generalized seizures. So yeah,
Also,
yeah.
you can Purple Warrior. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but need is a non-epileptic attack disorder. Yes. It that
Oh,
can
okay.
also I that can be misdiagnosed because I have had a friend who was diagnosed with non-epileptic attacks, and
And she just had seizures all the time.
she had seizures all the time. But they later found out that that wasn't only the case; that she was having actual epileptic attacks as well.
Yeah,
So you can have both.
yeah. Or the EEG is not picking it up.
Yeah, the
Be-
EEG could just not be picking it up because
because I don't
I
think.
do
Yeah.
believe I did have non-epileptic attacks before because of high stress. It's possible that, um, but who knows? Because when I had really high stress, I would have a seizure as, I guess, my brain's way of coping and disassociating with the world of the situation that's going on.
Yeah.
So it is possible to have both. I was never diagnosed with need, but it is possible to have both. So maybe, you know, uh, find a different doctor or do more tests or
Or different
request.
EEG machine. I don't think they have upgraded those EEG machines for like decades. There could be
No,
very old machines. I don't think they have upgraded them.
they
So
do actually.
yeah.
There are. It's kind of like a at home EEG machine. It's like a headband that I saw a video of, where you can wear the headband and it measures your brain activity. It was advertised as like a thing that you can use while you're meditating to like see your brain activity while you're meditating.
So it
But
wasn't
I
geared
think
for
it can
seizures.
probably also work for that as well.
So it wasn't geared for seizures then.
No,
It
but
was geared.
I did ask if there are. I didn't get an answer yet, but I did ask if it would be able to pick up a seizure. But if it does in fact read brain waves, it like more than likely can read seizures. Not
Yeah,
as detailed as an EEG, but it is an at-home device where it's like you can
that sounds
look on an app
interesting.
and see what's going on. You can see for yourself.
That sounds really interesting. Yeah, that might that.
And it records it too. So you can wear it and record it, and if you have a seizure in that time, then you can say, "Hey, doctor, look at this." you know?
Yeah, look. This is me. I have seizures. It's not fake ones. It's real. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
think so.
that's the thing too. It's So Purple
You
Warrior says, I think I need to go back to the doctors because my support worker says mine are affecting my breathing. I have had issues with
Oh,
breathing because of my
yeah.
seizures. Um, it's it's not fun, and I have had panic attacks because of breathing problems because of the seizures. So it's.
And your breathing was affected by panic attack at the same time. So you would have a
Yeah, so
panic attack.
I was having breathing problems and I was panicking. I started having a panic attack because I couldn't breathe properly,
Yeah.
and so it just made it worse.
Yeah. So those are all perks.
Perks.
Okay, I gotta make you laugh. Come on. We can only laugh about
but
it after.
oh my god.
See, I made you laugh though.
Oh, you also have asthma. Yeah, that would
Oh
definitely.
God. Yeah, we're sorry to hear that. That does not help for sure.
Yeah, that's not fun. That again, I've met somebody with asthma who also has convulsive seizures, and they had a really bad time with that. Like they were constantly in the hospital after a seizure because they had to get oxygen into their lungs while they were having a seizure. So it's they would go blue. So it's like they say, if it's 5 minutes, then call the hospital. That's too long. But this person would stop breathing altogether, and
And then
they
how
would.
many and then how many minutes is gonna take them to get there?
Yeah, exactly.
Because we actually had that
So they
issue
actually had to get an
more than
oxygen
once.
mask for at home, so that their parents could get them oxygen while they were having a seizure.
Oxygen is super expensive. Those
Exactly.
things
It's
are like
expensive. Even in Canada, we have,
super, super
regardless of
expensive.
having, help from the government, it was still expensive for them.
They will only issue it to
You
you
still have
if
to
you,
co-pay, like, you still have to pay some of
yeah,
it.
yeah. So yeah, okay. So let me read another one, another information about, because we are here about what is epilepsy as well. So the causes of epilepsy can vary wildly and may include genetic factors, brain injuries, infections, brain tumors, developmental disorders, or strokes. In some cases, the cause may be unknown, and those are called idiopathic. That is called idiopathic epilepsy. I think it's a
Yes.
stupid, really name. I think they should
Well,
completely
that's
change
that's what
that.
they called that's what they called my seizures.
How's that?
The doctors
Who-
called my epilepsy idiopathic epilepsy because they don't know what the cause is. They don't
Just
know what the direct cause is. They don't know if it's because of genetics or whatever, because they obviously didn't do genetic testing. Because that costs money, and they don't know exactly if it's allergies. Like my seizures can be triggered by anything, so they don't
are
know
you
what the
saying
exact cause is.
did they say that after your monitoring unit, after you went to the monitoring unit, or was it
Yeah, the
who
last time I went, they when I was in
the
there for a
last
while, they
time?
did a bunch of tests, and they said that they can't find any reason why I would still be having seizures. They can't find any cause for my seizures.
So it's like colic. They can find a cause of colic in babies. They don't
Colic
know
is
what it
just
is.
what they colic is just what they call it when they don't know what's going on.
That's what I'm saying. They don't know what's going on. So
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So it sucks, but oh well. It could just be a mutation in my genes that is causing the seizures, but who knows?
It could be caused by brain injuries. So remember when you went for the MRI and they said, you know how their blood vessels sometimes are too big, and they said that they wanted to redo it, but you never went back for it because they found some blood vessels that they thought that they were a little bit enlarged.
No, they
And
redid it. They didn't. Then they went back, but the blood vessels went back to normal.
you went back for it?
Yes.
When?
I don't remember. I just know that I went back for it, and they said that there was no evidence to show that that was the cause.
Okay. Are you sure? Because you got to
Yeah,
check
I'm
that.
sure I went back for it.
Okay. Because they found aneurysm in my father's brain. So, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So, genetics do play a big role in pretty much
They can,
everything.
yeah, they can definitely genetics, hormones.
Oh, so this one is
They
right
can
on
just
the
pile
money.
on.
Let me read the diagnosis of epilepsy. Diagnosis of epilepsy usually involves a detailed medical history, neurological examination, and various diagnostic tests, such as electroencephalogram, so EEG. It's a good thing they have a short thing for it. MRI, which is magnetic resonance imaging, and blood tests. And I know they did a whole bunch
And in
of blood
some
tests.
cases, a CT scan in case there was actual damage to the brain.
Yeah, so if they suspect there's a clot or anything like that, that's a
Mhm.
CT scan. Sorry. So treatment typically involves medications to control seizures, but in some cases, surgery or other therapies may be necessary, depending on the underlying cause and severity of the condition. So Virginia was never, um, she was never a candidate for a brain surgery. Not that I would ever let them touch her brain if she was still my
In
child.
some cases, so in some cases, they take a piece of the brain, and then in other cases, they take a piece of the brain. I think if there's a tumor involved,
They just
but
remove parts of brain, even if there is no tumors.
but with the device that they put in, it's similar to a pacemaker where it'll combat. Uh, so like with a pacemaker, if somebody's about to have a heart attack, it'll jolt the heart back, so it'll be fine. So in
It
this
takes a few months to
case,
tweak it. You remember the name of it? I forgot.
I have no
Well,
idea, but
we are still out of touch.
it would in the brain it would combat the, or I guess balance out the overstimulation, the over activity in the brain. And
Yeah.
VNS, yes, VNS.
Yes. So VNS is a great device if you are a candidate, and those
Yeah.
of you who are
Unfortunately,
considering,
I was never a candidate. If I was a candidate, regardless of my mom saying no to it, I would have opted for it
that's a different
because,
thing. The VNS, I might have been, if you really really needed it, I might have let you have it.
well,
But
that's
the
the
thing
thing
is,
with seizures. Like if I had the VNS, I
VNS, Purple Warrior. Yeah, VNS. We can't type.
yes, if I had,
I don't
if
know
I
why
was
it doesn't let
eligible
us.
for surgery and had the VNS, I would not have to take medications anymore. I could finally live life like a normal person. And probably still have like body pains and stuff because that kind of things is genetic. But like I would probably not be so tired all the time, and probably and
VNS.
most likely would not
Uh,
have had so many injuries over the years.
so VNS. Remember, I just want to say this because I know this from people who had it. Okay.
Mm.
And who have it. So I was at some point I was actually interested in, and that's why I said I might have considered, for you having it. Was because I was, looking into other people who had it. It takes months, first of all, to tweak it, and you have to be doing it with the computer, with the help of the computer, and it has to be tweaked to specifically to you, to your brain. So it has to be
Yes.
tweaked all the time. And the people who had it, they said that it had improved their frequency and intensity of seizures over time once they tweaked it. So it has to be trained with each person practically has to train their own VNS. So that's
Yes.
what. Yeah, that's what it comes to.
It's kind of like a self-learning AI.
Yeah,
Every
kind of.
time you
I guess.
interact with the AI, it learns and evolves. But yeah, it's kind of like that. But yeah, my friend, she has a VNS, and she's not. She doesn't. She hasn't had seizures in years, and she's able to. She's had a kid already, and that's one thing I worry about. Like because I do want kids. That's one thing I worry about is if I'm gonna have a seizure while I'm pregnant. So it's one of those things that, like, if I had that, then would I have to worry about that anymore?
Well, we finally
Technology
found.
technology is advancing, and Elon Musk is working on that brain chip thing, which is actually they already tested on one person, and uh, not specifically for epilepsy, but to be able to move things. He can basically move things with his mind now, using the chip. Um, he was
Using a
playing a
chip.
game. He was playing a game. The person was quadriplegic,
Okay.
so he can't move his arms or his legs or anything. So they implanted this chip into his brain, and he was able to play a game with just his mind.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a special game. It was like to for him to play with his mind so that he can um, move the character, I guess, with just like the movement of his eyes. So it gives uh, people with disabilities a lot more independence than they initially had. Which I know at some point I read that they were working on, or they might have been working on a chip that could help seizures, which is significantly smaller than the VNS device, which is it's the size of a pacemaker.
Can
And
can you
the size of a
can you help me out,
Tamagotchi is like this big. So
Virginia? Can you help me out with something?
what's up?
So I want to be able um to because I can't comment when we are in the live. So I want
Hmm.
to be able to comment. Purple Warrior, if you like our stream, can you give it a like, please? That will help us to kind of go up a little bit uh in the thing. So can you show me where I um can you tell me how to comment? So I'm on my other account there, so I
Okay,
can
show
have
me
like
the thing.
where?
Show it.
Show it again? Okay.
Okay. Now, um,
Where do I go to be able to
scroll
comment?
down. Scroll down a little bit.
Scroll down? Hold on. Down. It's only showing videos when I go down.
Okay. Then I don't know.
I want to be able to comment on it because then I could to like type in comments because I can't type them when we are in like in live right now.
It won't let me comment.
I know. So I know
I don't
VNS
know. I think
device.
it's because you're already in the live that even though you have it open on your phone, because you're in the live, it won't let you comment. It'll only let other people comment.
I am other people here. This is my
Mm,
other phone and I'm on another
but it's
channel.
the
So
same. Why doesn't matter if it's the other channel? It's the initial account. The what am I trying to make sense here? Is I don't know.
Oh, so Purple Warrior says, I know VNS device because goes in the chest and MS goes in the brain. What's MS?
RNS,
Oh, RNS.
VNS,
Yeah, the one that goes for the
vagal nerve stimulation,
yeah.
and then RNS is
There is a piece that goes in the brain and there's a piece that goes on the heart, right? For both of them. I'm not sure.
I don't
Don't
know.
quote me on that. Because I just know
I
that
am not sure.
that you didn't, at that point, when I found out about it, that you didn't really need it. Okay,
What do you
so,
mean didn't need it? I couldn't get it. Ugh, he fell asleep.
oh, I think I have to open up to be
He's
able,
so peaceful.
um,
We went to the park today. All of us went to the park and we had some fun and playing with the other dogs, and they had so much fun playing. They had a lot of playtime, so they are both exhausted. He's
yeah.
tired. He's passed out. He
And
knows
you
I'm
are
talking
resting,
about him, so he got
and you
up.
are resting too when I was asking Virginia if she's coming on the live. She said, "Yeah, but I'm staying like this."
No, I changed
Uh,
into comfy clothes because I was like, all that exercise is. It's still a bit chilly here, so it's like, even though I didn't feel it while I was moving, my legs were my thighs because I'm a bit chunky. So this when you got some chunk it stays cold for a while when you
oh my
even though you come
God!
back inside.
Look at this. You can give likes in on YouTube too. Oh
Are
my God!
you talking about like the TikTok stuff?
Yeah, this one says live chat, and I'm giving it likes right now. Holy cow!
Yes, I see the hearts.
Oh my gosh! That is
It
so
still
cool.
shows as one like, mom.
It doesn't matter. I think it's so cool.
I'm just giving you
Okay.
emojis to
Yes.
use.
Oh, that is so funny. Okay, so did you see my hi there? Yes. Okay.
I saw
Now
your
I can.
hi.
Hi. Okay. Yeah. So Virginia,
Hi.
can
Hello.
can you share
Hello.
what? Go back. Did he open his mouth?
No, that was his ear.
Oh, okay. It looked weird from here. All right.
You're the
Uh,
baby.
uh,
You're that baby.
yeah. So
He's
now
all
I'll
go
be
better.
able. Now I'll be able to comment and write type comments and stuff. And
Oh,
oh yeah,
Daddy.
but we can pin comments. That's what I was. We can pin the comments. We just can't comment when we are on the live. So this, guys, this is the first time we're actually live streaming this way on here, and we're gonna be here more often since now we have a way of connecting. Well, I have a way of
Both of
connecting with
us.
Virginia after she moved out because she moved out of home, and so we can connect this way, and that is super. That is super cool. Yeah.
You're making this more difficult
Oh,
for me.
so Virginia, can you tell how important it is to exercise for health in epilepsy?
It's extremely important. You gotta exercise because actually it's relates to studies that they've done with dementia patients, that if they exercise and they stimulate their mind, so they exercise their brain as well, they can actually reverse the effects of dementia, which I think is actually the case with my dog, because he was showing signs of dementia last year. and he's not showing any more signs.
Yay!
He's not showing any more signs, and he's had a lot more exercise. He's in better, you know, he's not stressed out and stuff. So I think that's the same with epilepsy. If you keep your mind, you keep your body healthy and moving, or then as long as you're being careful, because I know
Yes.
exhaustion is one of the triggers. As
Yep.
long as you're careful and don't overdo it, I think you could be fine. You'll be healthy, and it will actually help you in the long run. Because I remember when I was working out regularly, I had gym membership, was actually going to the gym regularly, and I was doing pretty well. And even though I did still have seizures, the recovery was a lot faster.
Oh my
And
God, your recovery time was like probably 15 minutes or something, 10,
yeah,
15 minutes, as
so the
opposed to
body's
one
a lot
hour. So
stronger.
yeah,
The body can handle more, uh, and the recovery is a lot faster.
waves
And
and time.
so it's much better, and you're less likely when you exercise, especially strength training. You're less likely to have a break because you're training your bones to be more dense. Your bones will become more dense if you're strength training.
I
Start
think
off
you
like
best. I think I'm her mom, and I was there with Virginia all through all those things while she was living here.
hmm,
I think that your best health when you were walking Devi every day in the summer. So she was walking her dog and going on really long walks with him, and she had
yeah.
a amazing tan. Like you lost a lot of weight, you felt great, you had a smile on your face every day, and it was like, oh my God, that's such a blessing for for a mother. It's a huge blessing. So I just want to read this. Purple Warrior says, I am on TikTok as well. I post pics and vids of different things. So hello, fellow
I
TikTok.
might have actually seen you on TikTok, Purple Warrior.
So I am on TikTok under Realexcel. So you can look me up. So it would be the same Realexcel in caps lock. And I also opened a new one called Perception, which I'm gonna be putting actually the video that I'm preparing for Purple Day right now, and it's just kind of a little late. I wanted to post it in the morning, but I couldn't. So I'm gonna
And
post that
I'm
one
on
on the
TikTok
Perception.
as Virginia DG Laughs.
Yeah, and so find Virginia as well.
All
Yeah,
one word.
connect with us. Are you also in Sherry's room? Because we go in Sherry's room sometime. I go in Sherry's room. She's a grow host. Anyways, I go to the gym about twice a week. That is awesome. Swim on Wednesday. Swim
And
on
machines on
Wednesday
Friday.
and machines on Friday. That is super cool. Virginia loves swimming, but I'm gonna say this. I don't know what kind of seizures you have, but I tell Virginia always never go by yourself. You have to have someone there with you who will be close to you at all times and who can uh, make sure that you're okay if things happen in the water. All right? So always
Yeah.
have someone, never go in the water by yourself. That includes bathtub. And I'm not telling that Virginia because she already knows. I'm telling that to people who don't know that safety
Yeah,
with
my mom is
seizures.
overly cautious.
Overly mommy.
She's overly cautious to the point of where uh, you can't shower without having her I so here's the thing. When I was
Behind
living
the
with
shower
her,
curtain, excuse me, but I still wanted to make
no,
sure
but
that she's
listen, here's the
okay.
thing. If I wasn't singing all the time,
Oh,
she
okay,
would
yeah.
come and run in and check on me. So if I was trying to wash my face or something, she'd get worried. She'd come in, check on me, and she'd, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I'm just washing my face. This is so
So, guys,
I would
so
sing so that she would know I'm okay.
yeah, so guys, that's how sometimes it can be that
It's stressful on people who are around you as well because they're like the littlest thing. If I drop soap or something in the tub, she'd be like, "What happened? Are you okay? Did you fall? Are you okay?" And then brings stress on me because it's also like I need my space. I get you're worried, but I need my space. I'm fine. It's just like it gets exhausting in that way as well. Uh, but it's
honey,
like,
I understand
but
all this. I
but you
know.
already understand. You already understand, and I understand that you're just trying to be careful and to make sure I'm okay. But it doesn't stop me from feeling exhausted at the constant like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Okay." It's like, yes,
Well,
I'm okay. Stop asking.
I was super happy every single time when I was able to actually catch you when you were having a seizure and prevent injuries. Okay,
You mean
so
slow
that's
my falling down?
no catch you or there was actually one time when Virginia had. I'm gonna read your I'm gonna read the Purple Warriors comment here. My support worker goes with me when I go swimming and to the gym. So that is super awesome because then you have someone there who can take care of you, who can make sure that you're okay. Virginia, the second one. What is ASD?
Mm,
ASD, is that like I have autism and the PW is Purple Warrior. Oh, okay. I'm not sure I understand the first part. But what was I
I
talking
don't know.
about? Okay, so there was one time when Virginia was going. Remember, Virginia, when you had that there was a search for stars and we went to some other like really really far
Oh,
away.
okay, okay. And I've heard it in full before. Purple Warrior. I've heard
Autism
it like that.
spectrum
I just
disorder.
haven't
Sorry.
heard the
Thank you.
acronym for it before.
Yeah, yeah, autism spectrum disorder. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for
I've heard it
clarifying.
in full before, just never the acronym. So it didn't click right away.
Yeah, so we were standing. So when we went, there was like I don't know how many like teenagers. They're all auditioning for the same for playing in that. I think it was for series or something, and Virginia wanted to be a part of it, so I took her there. And suddenly we just starting in a group of people, and I see Virginia starting to turn her head and twitching her head and turning. Okay, and I know that's a seizure already. So I grabbed her. She was standing. I
Yeah, I
grabbed
started
her.
turning my head like
I
that.
grabbed her. I supported her here, and I laid her down on the ground. And people like, oh, what's going on, and this and that, and yeah. Then we explained, but I was like super
It
happy.
was always to the right side, wasn't it? When I turned my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't know if it
that
was
was
always
actually
to the right
one
side.
point
I don't know
where
if it was always to the right side though.
I
On that.
think so because see the thing is when I broke my ankle and I was in the
Hi
EMU.
Yanni, how you doing?
Hello.
What about the ankle?
When I was in the epilepsy monitoring unit, there was somebody that was like directly across from me because at that point I was in the group rooms and So the person across from me had the same kind of seizures, and the seizures would start the same. So there was one point where he was just sitting on the chair. He got out of bed to sit on the chair because he was getting antsy, and just sitting in the bed all the time. And he started turning his head, and because like I saw what was going on, and I was freaking out. I was like, everybody, just like go get him. Like go help. And it was quite frustrating for me, the fact that like I could see that, like I knew that he was starting to have a seizure, and I ended up having a seizure myself because I was frustrated. I was so frustrated the fact that I couldn't get out of bed to go and stop him from falling, and I think he split his head open at that point. Not like fully, but like he did hurt his head, and there was a lot of blood. But like it was, it's some things you just can't help. But like the fact that he could have injured himself a lot worse. The nurses said if I hadn't alerted them to a seizure.
I remember because I was there when I think I just came in after that, and you guys were still in
Yeah,
a
you came in
discussion of how
after
it
that.
happened. Yeah,
You came in after that, and then I had a seizure after because I was so stressed.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But then I think
I
that
was
was your
I
first.
was
That was your
actually
first
mad at
seizure.
myself.
That was
I
your
was
first
mad at myself
non-epileptic.
for having a
Yeah,
broken foot.
yeah,
Oh, which I'm like, I can't fix that. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Run on my broken foot? I would have fallen. We would have both been injured.
yeah. So we have Yanni in the room. Welcome, Yanni, to the room.
Hello,
He
Yanni.
says he speaks a little English. So we will try to, if you have any questions or if you like us to repeat something, go
Is it
ahead.
is that Yanni? Is that Yanni name from that audio thing? That
Which audio thing?
Mom, there's an audio thing that is like, have you seen the blue dress, gold dress thing? You don't get it. But
No.
there was one a picture of a dress, and it looks like it's, I think, white and gold, and then some people say it's blue and black. So there's an audio thing that says either uh, is people are saying it says either Yanni or Laurel.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Mexico.
Hola.
Oh, México. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hablamos español, pero ahora, en este momento, hablamos inglés, por favor. Puedes preguntar en español, nosotros vamos a responder en inglés. Okay, sorry
En
guys.
inglés y
I just
español.
wanted to show off a little bit that I know Spanish.
Mama, that's like, it's like me. I have to learn Spanish, but you already know Spanish.
Yeah, yeah. We will try to go
It's
slow
not
enough for
it's not
you.
a flex for you anymore, Mom, because you grew up. You grew up learning Spanish, okay? I'm an
Yeah.
adult trying to understand my parents.
You understand as well. I can say that for
I
sure. Yeah.
understand. Yeah, it took a while, but I understand everything. It's just the translation. I think that's part. It's got to be part of the epilepsy too. Even in English, my brain needs like a moment to like process and translate.
Honey,
Is
we are all translating and processing at all times. It happens all the time. So Yanni,
Yeah,
do
but
you
mine
have
is delayed.
Do you have seizures or epilepsy? Or are you here to just, pass time and have fun and make new friends?
Tú
We're
tienes,
good for that as well.
tú, tú tienes, Yani, tú tienes
Epilepsia.
epilepsia, ¿sí o no?
Yeah. Okay. See, her Spanish is already good. Yeah. Okay.
It's simple.
Yeah, he says yes.
Ah,
Uh, do you know what
what
type of
kind?
seizures you have?
As you said,
Seizures? Yeah. Do you know what type of seizures you have? Uh,
tú sabes eh,
El tipo
el tipo
de,
de epilepsia,
de ataques
de ataques
que tú tienes.
que tú tienes.
Yes. So Virginia's been learning Spanish on her own. I am very proud and very happy that she's doing it.
Ah,
Yeah.
tonic clonics and absence.
Yeah. Okay. So Virginia has had those as well. Uh,
Tonic clonic absence, the jerking
she ha-
movements.
she had all of them, and guys, most of all of them. I think I took a video of all of them. The only one I did not take a video of was the atonic, because when the atonic seizure happens, the person just collapses. They don't even start like stiffening, they just collapse on the ground. So those are like, unless someone is already in the camera, you're not gonna catch that one. You have to be on the camera to be able to catch the atonic seizure, which is a, yeah, just sudden collapse
Mm.
of everything. Yeah.
But yeah, the
Oh,
see
you
that's
have
the thing.
aura. Oh my
You
gosh,
have a,
that is.
you are lucky because I didn't start getting auras until last year.
Yeah.
I spent I am 30 now. I will be 31 this year. I started having seizures when I was 13. I have not had auras until last year.
So like 17 years you didn't have aura.
Yeah,
Myoclonic head
16
drops
years.
and absence. Okay. Yeah, so we have seizures on all of them. You seizures. Did I say seizures?
Yes. We have
Like,
videos. We have videos
we have
on the
videos on
channel
all
of
of
all
these
of the types of
seizures.
seizures that I've had.
That's yeah. My oh, that
I
was
get
so
it.
funny.
I get it. Trust me, I get it. But hey, I thought I was the one with the seizure brain, not you.
Hey, I started working out so I can combat that dementia that it's
Yeah,
not going to be coming my
three
way
months
because
with the aura.
tengo 3 meses con aura. Ah, no tenía. Okay, so he didn't have aura before, and he's
Okay.
got 3 month.
How
Three
long
month.
have you had the seizures for?
Yeah. With I think our friend Purple Warrior left.
No, purple wear is still here
Is he? How do you know? Oh,
because
okay.
they switched the profile
Oh,
to
okay,
show the
okay.
other profile.
Oh, so that was Purple Warrior. Oh, okay, I didn't
Yes, that
notice
is for
that.
the PW means purple warrior.
Oh, you changed your name. Okay, so I have tonic-clonic, myoclonics, head drops, and absence. Okay. So that was you, Purple Warrior. I didn't know because you changed your name, and the other one was like a long one.
18 years. So like the
Yeah.
same thing as me.
Yeah. So Purple Warrior says, I bet auras where uh, it affects my whole body, otherwise I will collapse. I get very little warning. So what, guys? So I was always telling Virginia that because she had no warnings, and I told her to pay attention to how she feels right before the seizures, so she could, uh,
Or just in
you know.
general, pay more attention to how I feel.
So,
That's the
and I
thing
said,
though, is even
if you think
before
for
the
a second,
seizures,
yeah,
even before the seizures, especially the tonic clonic ones, I would always be paying attention to how I was feeling, and if there was something different, and then I would have the seizure, and there was nothing different. And it was so frustrating for so many years because the seizure would just come on and I wouldn't feel anything weird. And then after so many years, I finally started feeling like, okay, something's going on. And I have to lay down. And it's like even so in November I was having an aura when my last seizure was. I was taking care of a dog at their house and I started having an aura, and then I basically ran to the bed and got myself in a safe position. And I had a seizure like almost immediately after I got on the bed in position. I blacked out and I came out of the seizure. And I don't know how much time passed, but it was dark outside when it was light outside when it started, and it was dark outside when it finished.
So
So
yeah. So you were out for a while.
I was out for
If-
a while. I was recovering for a while. But
And no
at
one
least I
knows how
didn't get
long or
myself
what
injured.
happened because you were unconscious. So nobody knows what happened or when or how long and anything of that.
I remember looking at my phone like just beforehand to check the time, and I knew at the time uh how long it was, but like I don't remember now. I didn't record it down or anything. I was
So
just too exhausted to even remember to do that.
So Samo says, sometimes I don't get my warnings. I have had atonics, but not many, thank God. And Yanni says, I feel dizzy when the seizure is coming. So you know, and then you go lay down, right? Because and
Yeah,
you gotta lay
it
down in
feels
a
almost
proper
like
position.
your
Samo. Hi, Samo.
brain your brain is not in your brain. It's
Yeah,
like
you spaced out. You're like, you don't know what's going
no,
on.
no. I mean like physically, like that's how my auras have felt. It's like it feels like I can see, but it feels almost like my body, like my physical body is trying to disconnect from my spiritual body. If it makes sense, like if it's trying to separate, it's kind of like it's like what's going on, you know?
Out of the body experience?
Yeah, kind of. It almost feels
Kind
like an
of.
out of body experience, but you're still attached to your body,
Yeah,
and it's like, but it's just your head.
yeah.
But it's just your head. It's almost like you're growing a second head, and it's like you don't know what's going on. You're like, and it's like somebody shook your head. You know when they mix a drink, they shake the drink like that. That's what it feels like your head has been doing, and it's you feel so dizzy after, but like you haven't moved. Después de 5 minutes.
So he Mariada y después de 5 minutos la crisis. So he says that 5 minutes after he has feels dizzy, he has the
Seizure.
seizure. Yeah.
My seizures
So
always start with an absent seizure, then progresses to either tonic-clonic or myclonic with head
okay.
drops. Okay.
So Virginia had those two. Virginia had different. She actually at some point had three different type of seizures, one after another. And I could only detect that because I already had experience with seeing her other different kind of seizures. And unless you are knowledgeable, unless you know what's going on and what type, which
Or
one is
whoever's
what
taking
type of,
care of you is knowledgeable.
Yeah, so then they're not gonna know what's going on. Sometimes people, oh, they're just goofing around or whatever, and
Even
that's not the
sometimes, like
case.
even sometimes, like nurses, they'll learn about it in school. Doctors too. They'll learn about it in school, but if they have not seen it before, they might think it's something else initially, and they might like unless it's a full on tonic clonic seizure, they might think it's something else initially.
Yeah.
Because in school they go to school for so many years, and it's uh, they don't really work on live bodies. When they finally do get into the practical learning, so it's kind of hard to even get diagnosed. It took me a year from my first seizure to finally get diagnosed
So
with
yeah,
epilepsy.
let's get on that topic of schools. And I don't know how you guys are here in the room, how old you are, but let me just read this, and we get back to the schools and how schools respond to it and or don't, and a lot of problems with in schools with that. So someone says, I have had paralysis seizures as well. They are scary. Virginia, I want you to
I
share.
have I have
I want
had
you to
I
share
have had
yours.
that. I was completely frozen, and it's like, I mean,
Terrifying.
not feeling cold, but like, I mean, I also felt cold and hot at the same time, and I it was
And you were terrified. I
being in your
remember one of
body
them.
and not being able to move, and but also like seeing everything. It's basically an atonic seizure, but you're conscious for it. It's terrifying. And people have this all the time. When okay, not all people, but some people have like a when they're sleeping, they'll have like a sleep paralysis where their eyes will open, they'll be able to see things, but their body can't move.
Yeah. So Yanni, Virginia takes three now. You take three, right? Seizure medications.
No, too.
Yeah.
I take Keppra, and I take clonazepam. I take the escitalopram for the depression to lessen the
It's
effects of the
three.
Keppra.
The three. The
to
three are
let
the
to
prac.
lessen the emotional effects of the Keppra.
The three is the perfect cocktail for Virginia because until she had those three together, she still had seizures, and she only got better when she started taking those three together. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you getting a foot massage?
Are you psychic?
Yes, I am. So I want to comment on one of Virginia's seizures when she had the one when she was paralyzed the first time. She was super scared. Okay, because she said she couldn't move. And like, I know from my perspective, like it's like, oh, you can't move. This is so scary. Okay, she's in the la la land right now. But okay, so I
I'm
wanted
still
to say
listening.
that's okay. Just enjoy it because I'm gonna talk about two other seizures that one
Fentanyl.
other
Oh, you're
seizure that
taking
you had.
Delantin and
Oh,
lacosamide and
Capra
phenobarbital.
lacosamida, lacosamida. I don't know.
Lacosamida is lacosamide.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever had lacosamide.
Oh, and the the barbitol. Okay, I know that one. Capra and fentanyl,
Phenytoin
phenytoin.
is Delantin,
Okay.
which
So
I
the
was on
lantern.
Delantin.
So
It
I just
messed
want
up
to
with
say
my
that
liver.
the lantern was really bad for Virginia. It was messing up with her to the point where she couldn't even walk at all. So she couldn't even walk to the bathroom. I had to walk her to the bathroom to be able to make
And I
it
was
there.
like sick all the time.
Yeah. So she couldn't walk. Like she would like just fall down all the time, and it was like all day long, and a lot of night stuff going on. So yeah, I don't know if that's sometimes if you it was also because she wasn't taking it um all the time as she was supposed to, and you have to be at a certain level for it to
Well,
be.
the thing with that is when you're having seizures, your brain isn't all there all the time. It's foggy, so you
No,
forget.
with that one you have to be at the level 1200. If you're not at the 1200 level, you're not. That's when the fluctuations. That's when bad things happen.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I'm not. So someone says I'm not on any meds. I just have to deal with them as they happen. Well, be
When you're in the
happy.
UK,
Be happy.
you should have some sort of
Be happy you're not on
availability of
meds.
if you have the resources to get meds, like copay from the government
Yeah.
or something. There are options. Like with Kepra, I had to get in a special request for the government to cover that for me um, because I really needed it, and it wasn't covered by
It wasn't even
disability
covered.
support.
Yeah. So, anyways, Yani says, yo me quedo dormida en todos lados. So Yani falls asleep everywhere as well. She wasn't here when you were talking about the school. But just going back on the meds, I wanted to say to Samo, I'm sorry, I just have hair stuck here.
So, Johnny,
Um,
do you have narcolepsy as well? If you just fall asleep, or you fall asleep because you're tired?
yeah. So I was gonna say to Samo that he's lucky if he's not using any meds, and he can go through this without meds, because meds, all the medications, they have side effects. So if
Mm.
you can stay away, that is a huge plus. That's in my book, and everybody decides for themselves, and you got to decide for yourself what works for you. For your health and in your lifestyle. Yeah. So Virginia used to fall asleep in school all the time. I was gonna go back to talking about schools. I don't know how old you guys are, but
I think the one class where the teacher was like really rude about it was like that one English class, but like that teacher eventually got, like, even though after we moved away, like that teacher eventually got arrested for punching a kid in the face. So
wow.
that was the one teacher. Like he was rude to everybody. He was yelling at everybody,
Well, you get
and
bad
he yelled
apples
at me for
everywhere.
falling asleep in class.
Yeah, you get bad apples everywhere. But anyway, so Yanni
There's
says
always
that
good and bad people.
she's affected by the meds that they make her sleepy,
Oh,
and
okay, so
Virginia
that makes you
can
sleep.
really talk about it all day long. So go
No, but
ahead.
then we fall asleep. Then we fall asleep. We talk about it in our sleep too.
Oh, Salma, hi, you're 51. Okay, so you're out of school. I don't know about Yanni.
51. Wow.
But so a
You're
lot of
younger than my mom.
people who go to school. So when I was going to school, we were lucky when Virginia was in a certain school. She was already that was a secondary school. No, high
Oh,
school.
high school,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so she was lucky that the vice president of the school
Vice
was some
principal.
okay, vice principal of the school was someone who had to go through a very, very difficult childhood herself.
And that was the
uh,
third high school that I was at.
and she was the one who pushed the school to get educated on I told her, teachers have to know what seizures are, because in the previous school that you were the gym class teacher didn't know what to do. You had a really, really bad seizure in the gym class, and they just didn't know what to do with you.
Mm.
At some point, they wanted to put stuff in your mouth. Okay, and that's a no-no for those of you who don't know about seizures. And
I remember one of the like, to me it's funny, but obviously it's probably terrifying to everybody else that was there. I remember one of the schools I it was my second school. I was having lunch with my friends in the cafeteria, uh, and I ended up having a seizure, and I actually bit a chunk of my tongue uh, off the side, and like, because there was so much blood, it pooled around in that area. And years later, I had a friend from that school who ended up becoming a security guard there. And as a joke, I was like, "Oh yeah, I wonder if they ever got that blood stain out of the ground." And he said, "No, it's still there."
oh my
And
god,
that's
we
like
can.
5 years after it happens, like after the fact, like 5 years later, they still have that blood stain in the ground. I'm like, wow, my blood
They
is
could.
powerful. Industrial cleaners.
Yeah, they just didn't know what to clean it with. That's all.
I
Yeah.
really left my mark on that school.
Yeah, yeah. Samuel says, I have had seizures and autism all my life, on and off. I wish my parents had got me checked out. Yeah, yeah.
Well, see,
So
the thing is also like it's also a generational thing. I'm sure if my mom had seizures, her parents, well, maybe not her mom, but her father probably would have been like, "Oh, whatever, it's whatever
it's a
this
devil. It's a devil.
is a." Even my father at some point was saying that because I was not baptized, that's why I had seizures, and that I needed to get baptized and get an exorcism and all these things. Eventually, he grew out of it,
Or
and
he just
he
just
finally
stopped
accepted that
talking.
this was a medical thing and not el diablo.
Maybe he just stopped talking about it. We don't know if he stopped, believing in whatever what he believes, because
I
his beliefs
no,
are
I
quite
talked to
strong.
him about it later on, and he says, "Yeah, I know, and it was silly of me to think like that before, and I know it's a medical thing now. I understand it better, but obviously at the beginning he was very superstitious, so he was thinking it was something else."
Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna read this and translate it. Yani says, yo hice un proyecto que se llama Reaccionando ante una crisis y habla sobre la epilepsia. So she did a project on talking about reactions before a seizure, and talking about
Mhm.
epilepsy. Uh, Porque no sabían qué hacer en los scouts conmigo. So because they didn't know what to do with this, where she was in the scouts. So that's a huge thing. Okay, when you're in school, you really have to advocate for yourself, for them to learn how to help you when the seizure happens. I
There
was
is
in
actually
school.
epilepsy.org. If you go on there, it doesn't matter what country you're from.
Yep.
You can ask them to give you materials. You can request materials for them to send to you, so that you can actually help and advocate for yourself, and to give information to people around you, which is really awesome because I know, seizures have been around for a long time, and I'm pretty sure that my father's not the first one to think that somebody was possessed when having a seizure.
Oh yeah,
So
even nowadays, people like
the
still believe
fact
in
that
that.
that
Yeah.
we now have the resources to be able to teach people the fact that it is a medical condition is pretty amazing. And they also have it in different languages. You can enter the site and enter your preferred language. So
Oh, that's super cool.
epilepsy.org. Um, and so you can choose your language so that you can get information in your own language, and it definitely helps.
Yeah. So I was gonna actually read the next part of the that epilepsy currently cannot be cured. But we already pretty much covered the rest of that, already talking about it. So, um, the thing is that they don't, uh, they don't even probably want to have cure, and if they have one, they probably wouldn't give it out because the ads are the biggest business in one of the biggest businesses in that um in that in the medical uh I'm getting so distracted with her laughing. Yeah. So if you can, okay, and if you're on the same if you're on the
The
same page
dimples.
with or without meds, there's no point of taking meds because they really gonna really affect people in many different ways. They all have side
Get
effects
me
and they're all
flustered.
very damaging. So if you can either take or not take something, it's always up to you, but make sure that what you're taking, that you actually really need it, and that is something that you
It's
absolutely
hard to
must take.
remember sometimes too. If you take a medication, it's hard to remember if you took it or not. Like I've had moments, not so much anymore, but I've had moments where like I was like, I'm pretty sure I took it, but also I don't know if I took it
Yeah, so did
at
you
the
take it
same
after
time.
that?
Like, did I take it or was that yesterday?
So that's why, okay, so at some point when Virginia was still at home, I would tell her to have her alarms, set up, so she takes it in the morning and in the evening, and to make sure that the alarm says, because you can set it up, to take the medication. And I told her that she could take it
But you know what's the
in that,
thing here? But listen,
in
but
that,
listen,
but
Linda,
wait,
listen.
but wait,
No,
but
no, no,
wait.
I gotta say this. I gotta say this. So I would have the alarms. I would go and I would sometimes I would take the medication first, and then I would go and wash my face, and then wonder if I took the medication. So that's why I started saying I need to wash my face first, so I could remember if I took the medication after.
Hmm. So yeah,
That
okay.
was my way of remembering if what like being conscious of taking the medication instead of just like, oh, take the medication and then do other things, and then, oh my god, did I take the medication, right?
Yeah, so I know I asked Virginia at some point to always, after she took the medication, to verify it, to send me a text or to type it
Which
in
I
her,
never did.
which you never did. So you never implemented that. But then, so what I started doing is I was always going to her room and asking her, "Did you take your evening medication?" Okay. Sometimes if I was still like sleepy or whatever, dozed off from the morning, I wouldn't ask her if she took her morning medication. But at some point, she would like in the evening, she say, "You know what? I think I forgot to take my medication."
Mhm.
So.
Yeah,
And
but
that
I
was
wouldn't
usually
know.
when you already felt it, when it was already, something going on, and you knew something wasn't okay, right? Nice hairdo.
I'm a Teletubby.
Yeah,
I'm happy. See, look, I'm happy.
yeah. Virginia's hair cools up when she's happy. Yeah. So in regards to, I have two alarms. set up to take my depression tabs and my T gel
Yeah.
as I'm
Oh, your
a
testosterone.
transfer. Okay, so you have to yeah, you have to take those like pretty much on time too, right? Like, is it something that
Well,
needs to be?
congratulations on living your truth, by the way, because that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, I second that.
What is Yanni saying?
Oh, I already read that. Oh no, I
I
didn't.
have
Okay, let me just
no.
read that.
This is
You,
second part.
you want to read it? Okay,
Yo
you
lo
go.
que hago es tener un pastillero. Entonces, si lo veo vacío,
Vacío.
vacío, yuju, yuju, si me los tomé, sino a tomármelos.
Did you understand it?
Uh,
So
I
she's saying that when she has, you know, the pill thingies where you
the,
put your pills
the
throughout.
schedule.
No, those pill compartments the one I bought you with the
Yeah, they're
Monday.
drawers. That's what I'm saying. It's a schedule. It says Monday morning.
Yeah, but it has a compartment for each pill, so you can. So that's how she knows that she took it or she didn't. Remember, I bought you that. I bought
Yes,
her
I
that
know.
thing. I think it lasted for
Yeah,
2 weeks, and then nothing.
you know
Okay,
what
but yeah.
happened? I had a seizure holding it, and it broke.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
Those
why there was only. That's why there was only not all
pieces.
of it there. Okay. Yeah, but that was like that is a one way of knowing whether you took your medication or not.
Yeah, but that's obviously not effective for me.
Yeah, we hear you, Samo. We're here for you. No wonder. No, we are very open about life. We have gone through a lot ourselves. So,
And
uh,
I've had a journey myself. First coming out as bisexual when I was 15, and my mom going, "Oh yeah, I know." Wasn't really much of a coming out. Oh yeah, I know. You were making out with this doll when you were a little girl, and so that's what I knew.
I
Like
caught
what?
her.
I'm a
I got
toddler
rid
making
of.
out with a doll?
I got rid of the doll. I didn't say anything else after that, but just to make sure. But oh well. So, Yani says, yo también he roto varios pastilleros. She also broke a lot of those. Ah,
Hmm.
oh yeah, and the last one she stepped on. So yeah. Well, yeah, that
Yes,
happens.
they're not they're not break proof. And
No, they're not.
I think if they started making them out of stainless steel, it would hurt more. We'd probably injure ourselves at that point.
I was looking away because my dog is finally eating the food. Oh my gosh, she's such a picky eater.
Hi, Debbie. Come.
Yeah.
You can come up.
So
Debbie's my boyfriend is playing the video game in the other room, and Debbie's scared of the sounds.
oh, is he? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Debbie.
as soon as he picks up the controller, Debbie comes here and he he hides over there.
You
He hides
know,
behind the bed.
I think male dogs are more spooked by sounds than females. I just noticed
Yeah,
that.
Zena would hear the sound. Zena would hear the sound and she'd be like, "Who am I fighting today?
She's like, "Where is it? Where is it? Let me at it."
Where's it? Let me at it. I'm going to protect this house." Debbie's just like, "No, no, I'm good." It's it's the equivalent of like seeing a haunted house or like getting that call from like Do you like scary movies? No, not. No, no,
The hell are you talking about? We love scary movies.
no. I'm talking about Scream, Mom.
Oh yeah, that okay. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, the line was, "Do you like scary movies?"
I think that movie was like really disturbed
Yes,
movie.
it was disturbing. I'm saying it's like once you watch enough scary movies, you know what the cue is if there's gonna be a murderer there. And you see that cue, that first cue, and then you're like, nope, nope, that's Devi. That's he's smart. He's smart. He understands. He hears these things and he's like, nope, nope, I'm going the other way. I'm getting the heck out of here.
Certain words like M word, be careful because it's still social media, hun. Okay, did you get it? Okay, I'll talk to you later. But
I'm
yeah,
trying to
just be
think.
careful. The MURD.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so just be careful
I'm
because
talking
I
about
mean,
movies.
yeah, no, it doesn't matter. You're
Yeah.
still alive,
But
and they
yes,
pick up.
also, so Samo actually, a couple years ago, I came out as pansexual because, at the beginning you think, okay, well, I'm bisexual, but then you realize there's like this whole other world, and then is not just it's not just binary, and then you realize, oh, okay, well, I'm attracted to everybody. Okay. But yeah, also asexual. I get that. I'm demisexual, which is on the spectrum of asexuality. So I uh, only get physical attraction when I have an emotional attraction.
Can you wait, honey? So Yanni says she has to disconnect because she's not feeling well. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you,
Have a
Yanni.
good night. I hope you feel better.
Dale un like y suscríbete, por favor, para que estemos en contacto, ¿ok? Gracias por visitarnos y por estar aquí con nosotros. Thank you for being here with us, and you have a great night. Lay down, be safe, okay? We love you. See you next time. We're going to be doing lives
Mm.
more often.
Yeah. And I could be in my bed next week. Cuddle.
Yes.
I don't have to travel halfway across the city to go.
No, and you just fall asleep in the chair. You don't even travel to your bed.
Sometimes.
Okay, yeah.
I'm in the bed
I
right
knew it.
now.
I knew it. That's how you find out things.
Mm, but I
Uh,
believe going to.
oh,
Oh, okay. I will get. Make sure you get yourself safe, and I hope you feel better.
mira, Yani, tengo un video de música para epilepsia aquí en la Epilepsy Portal. Búscalo, ¿ok? Para relajarte. Lo
Hi,
pones
Sophie.
abajo. You put it on a low sound, okay, and just relax. Okay, bye, Yani. See you later. See you next time.
Ayani.
Hope you okay. You let us know later on, okay? Just tell us how you're doing if you're okay, and
Also,
just
yes,
relax.
Samo. I understand that my mom was pretty accepting. Like she was more like yeah, whatever. It's
No.
just
I never
normal.
said whatever. I said it's your choice
No,
because
I
that's your
mean
choice
like
in life.
is the way you approached it was that it didn't matter
Sophie, how you doing? Woo!
that it didn't matter that you were gonna love me all the same.
You found us. Oh my gosh! After so many years, Sophie, great to see you. I'm so happy.
Hasn't
How
been
you
that
doing,
many
girl?
years.
How you doing? Sophie, you can come on lives now if you want to, like
Uh,
Virginia. No, not right now, but I mean, if she wants to join my lives or your lives at some point, you guys
Okay.
can, do lives together as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
because you
yeah,
can do two people. You can do two people lives.
yeah.
Long time
See,
no see.
Samo in my case, my was the opposite for me. I mean, my father's not so bad, but when he was like, it's more like, oh, as long as it doesn't affect me, I don't care, kind of thing. But
You mean affect
also,
him?
there was a
Affect
point where I was
him?
dating a girl, and he did not want me to be dating a girl.
Yeah.
But to be fair, that relationship wasn't good. She
It
was
wasn't. It wasn't the right person for you, honey. That's the thing.
I was kind of with her because I felt bad for her, and that's the
That's
reason the
enough.
relationship started, which is not a good reason to start the relationship.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah.
how you doing? Tell us about yourself. It's been like, wow, 4 years, I think, since last time, or maybe even five, since last time we live streamed. So tell us how you've been doing, Sophie. You're probably out of school, right? Or are you still like pursuing your education further up? Tell us about your life. How is your mom? Okay, 100 questions, but yeah, I missed you.
Yeah. 101 questions.
Yeah. Are you still having the absence seizures? Did they get better? I hope they got better, with time. Sometimes, especially when like Virginia was in her teens, yeah, things were really bad. And it also depends on the medications you take. And if you don't take medications, then it will depend on the foods you eat. So, and on the drinks you drink. Virginia, you don't drink any colas anymore, right? Am I correct?
I only drink kombucha now,
Okay, good.
which is actually good for my PCOS. Anything fermented, it's good for my PCOS.
Okay, so yeah, eating
It
healthy is
helps
very
me
important.
to be
So,
healthy to balance my hormones.
so this is one more thing, Virginia. Can you talk about health and epilepsy, and what you do
So
for yourself
I
to
think
save?
one of the things is like, so that I was vegan for you know what, I'll say plant based. I was plant based for quite a few years, uh, for about 10 years maybe,
Yeah,
and
about that.
uh, I did it because I wanted to be more healthy. But there are even plant based options that are not so healthy. So the only way to really be healthy is if you're eating whole foods, everything from scratch. You're not eating processed burgers or whatever, even if they are vegan. That's the only way to
Yeah.
really be healthy. But it's hard to do that because it gets expensive, especially with the amount that your body needs, the nutrition your body needs, the amount to eat. You
So
would have to be
yes.
eating all the time.
So I actually want to say something
But it's
on this
not it's not
subject,
easy to do because if you're eating nuts and like proteins and stuff, you get filled up pretty quick.
and it's super expensive.
Yeah.
So I
Especially
just
now
yeah.
with all this inflation is
So
ridiculous.
I want to say something
I
about
buy
that
three things and
because
it's $200.
guys, anyone who's choosing, I'm gonna read your stuff, Sophie, just in a second because I know it's very important for you. So anyone who's vegan, okay, who chooses eating vegan or any diet depleted in fats, okay, if you have seizures, you have to find the fats that your body
Healthy
will be
fats, not unhealthy
healthy
fats.
healthy fats that your body will be okay with, and that's not going to make you even more sick, because especially vegans, because when you vegan, like when I was vegan, I ate almost no fats, and I that went for decades. Okay, even when I was vegetarian, most of the food,
She cut
I
out
didn't
all the
even
fats because it was years
gallbladder.
ago, decades ago, where she was. Well, when were you on that apple diet? She only ate apples.
I was
It's
I
the
well
fat diets.
that was my way of keeping my gallbladder, because I wanted to keep my gallbladder. I didn't want to go through the surgery. But so
Yeah,
the
but
long
you
story
even made it
short,
worse
you can't deplete your body from fats, because your
because your
especially
brain works on fats.
your brain feeds on fat. Okay, and that's why they designed these keto diets for people who have epilepsy, because of that. But many times the keto diets are very unhealthy because there's very bad fats, so you have to eat really healthy
Is this why
fats.
my brain is not working?
Maybe it's a little too much fat.
Yeah,
Just
too
a
much.
little.
It should. You know what? It should have absorbed by now. Okay.
So
I
I
don't
just
know
want.
how I gain weight. Maybe that's why my brain is good because I'm getting so much fat that I'm not even don't even need it anymore.
Oh, okay. So Samuel says, I have been going through a difficult time this month with the agency I get supported by. Samuel, are you talking about your TikTok agency, or are you talking about agency that supports you
Epilepsy
with your epilepsy, or well, your other health
or
issues and stuff? And Sophie, no, I am not. I'm still in college. Okay. Wow. About 93% closer to my degree. Yay! Mom as well. Yay! We are so happy. Say hi to your mom from me, if she knows anything about me. And yeah, say hi to your mom, because I know that she's there, and you guys are very close. So that's a huge thing. I felt that I have waken up from a state of disassociation, which I thought was epileptic seizures, but I had an EEG which was normal. I am head over the disability club
head
at
of
my
the disability club.
head off the okay, my bad. So I congratulate you on that, because I know, Sophie, you had issues in your school where they weren't really paying attention to your epilepsy, and they weren't paying attention in educating themselves on the subject of epilepsy. And I think that every single school in the world should know about epilepsy. Okay,
Well, not every single school in the world has the resources.
they just have to send someone there who will talk for free about epilepsy, and a lot of people will do that
It still
because
costs money to go over there. What if you have to take somebody from a different country?
that's a different country. Usually they speak different language, Virginia.
But listen, but what I'm saying is that some countries they don't even believe in seizures. I've had
Yeah.
friends in
Okay.
the epilepsy group where in their country, in their home country, they have they were not diagnosed until they came to Canada because over there is oh we don't talk about it. Oh, this is just whatever. This is just because you have sinned or because there's still people living in the dark ages in some countries where
Oh
they
gosh. You mean in all the countries
they're
they
like,
just
oh, if you have this, don't talk about it. Just clean yourself up and whatever.
really would clean yourself up?
Yeah,
You're so
because you
funny,
like
man.
bite your tongue and there's blood.
Oh, you mean
Or if
after
you injure
seizures?
yourself, if you're injured, you're not supposed to talk about it. You just say
I
that,
I
oh, I
thought I thought you meant clean yourself up from like the bad jujus and stuff. That's what I thought. That's why I was laughing.
well, I mean, in some countries there's that too. But sometimes people pee on themselves when they have a seizure, so it's like there's that too.
Yeah, and it's they can't do nothing about it. There's no way
And
they
then
can
there's still
control that.
countries where they
So
think you're possessed and they take you to an exorcist. There's still countries in the
uh
world like that. It's ridiculous.
well, that's good to hear, Sophie, of course. It's been a few years, so
I am not the
you
Sophie
know,
you know. I have matured.
yeah.
I think we have all matured, but it's also nice to stay a little bit immature because then when you have that inner child, you also live life l- happily. You use that inner child to enjoy life. You
Yes,
don't
and
just
that's
think
how
serious
you
like all the time. You gotta
you
enjoy
mean like
life.
you mean like I used to be. Mm. No? Yes, maybe. Okay, you forgot. Or you don't see me that way. Okay. Well, I was like, well, single moms usually have like work and home, and then go back to work
Mm.
and then go back home.
Sometimes.
But yeah, you have to laugh
I can
more.
remember sometimes, but most of the time you were in pain, so it was
It was my
hard for.
face because I was in pain, not because anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, I would make jokes with you, and maybe that's where I got all the faces from because you would make the faces, so that's where I learned the faces from. Is you. Mm.
Yeah. So
What?
Sophie, on your EEG, we were just talking about it a little earlier. About the EEG, how usually the EEG machines are very outdated, and I heard that from doctors. Okay, from professionals who were saying that the EEG machines are actually very outdated, and I believe because a lot of people who I believe that have epilepsy, they have seizures. If you have recurrent seizures, you are automatically you have epilepsy. Doesn't matter what.
Yeah, if you have more than one seizure, you're considered epileptic.
Yeah, yeah, that word is not used. A person with epilepsy. That's the
Person.
proper
Okay,
way.
that word is not used anymore. It's a person with
Mm,
epilepsy. You consider a
yeah.
person with epilepsy even if they're non-epileptic seizures.
So someone says my inner child comes out often with having autism. An inner child is about 10. Hey, listen, we need to more. I
I don't know.
actually have
Sometimes I have an inner child that's like 3.
we right now, like right now.
No, I'm 5 right now. 5.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'm sorry. But yeah,
Teletubbies.
so I've been
Oh my
working.
god, I look like that girl from the Grinch. From Whoville.
Okay.
She
I know
has hair
reminded me
like
of
this.
something. Yeah.
Her nose kind of looks like a kitty or something. But
Yeah.
her hair's like this. She's blonde. She's
Okay.
blonde like this. Her hair's like this.
Okay.
Huh? Cindy who? Cindy who? I think that's her name.
So I was gonna say that I actually started doing some work with going back to be to the inner child is going back to being yourself.
Yes,
Okay. So a lot of
indeed.
people so a lot of
Seaworld.
work, a lot of emotional and spiritual work actually worked on that part of the inner work. How you want to have better stability. You have to have better emotion. You want to have, yeah, better emotional stability and stuff, and you want to work on your spiritual and your health. So a lot of these really really good teachings and sometimes meditations guide you through being your inner, looking for your inner child and asking who you are. And you gotta remember, oh, in childhood, who was I? And
And if you
that's
had
a good.
really a childhood, you have. you have, in order to heal yourself, sometimes you have to heal your inner child, because sometimes you grow up too fast, especially if you have like a health condition that and keeps you in hospital for such a long time. You don't really get to, you know, grow as a normal person, and you end up missing out, and that inner child stays there and is like stuck, and it's just it's hard to manage.
Zina, you're gonna finish up the food? Okay.
The
So,
EEG was a
yeah.
72-hour, and even when I was having episodes, it was normal.
Well, you missed the one from Samo. He said Cindy Lou from the Grinch.
No, I didn't miss that.
Oh, okay.
You were still talking. That's why.
Okay, yeah. So the EG
See,
was
now I
seven.
look like Cindy Lou from The Bridge. Her hair was up here, like this, and she had the sides here. She was blonde, and her hair was like this.
So,
Yeah.
Sophie, Sophie, I think the EG machine that they put you on is very old. If you had your seizures
Demand
and
a
it's
new
not,
machine. Tell them to build it in front of you, and that's how you're gonna know it's
tell them to throw it in the garbage and get a new one, okay?
no recycle.
Oh, okay. Recycle. Yes, we are all about
We
recycle
already
because
have a bad planet. We need to recycle it.
I hear you. We love our earth.
Recycle
Yes.
the planet.
Recycle. Oh no, don't recycle the
It's
planet. We
not.
need it.
When did it snow? It snowed 2 days ago or something. It's March. Okay, this is no. This I know it's Canada, but this is getting ridiculous.
Where does it snow again?
No, I said a couple days ago it snowed.
Oh, the snow is gone already, Virginia. You went outside, didn't
No,
you?
there's still snow some places.
Yeah,
But I'm
some
saying it's
places.
ridiculous. This is March, okay? There was it was the 22nd of March when it snowed, because I remember, because it was this first day of spring is the 21st of March, and the 22nd it snowed. And that's why it frustrated me, because it's supposed to be spring, and even though it's Canada, there's not supposed to be snow in spring. Give me rain, it's fine. That's okay for this temperature, for this season. We are supposed to have spring.
So, Samo says he also had a childhood trauma, and
I did have childhood trauma as well, and I do get that.
and
It's very hard when you're going through PTSD, and you don't really have a normal childhood, even though you put
nobody
on a
else knew
face
about
for
it,
everybody else, and
or
you
nobody else knew about it because that
nobody
was
else
the
knew
case in
about
this.
it, and you put on a face just to pretend like you're okay and nothing happened, and it takes away your childhood. So you, even though you pretend like everything's fine, like you're a normal child, is it's this the disassociation of it all that's prevents you from really enjoying your childhood, and
Yeah,
being able to experience childhood properly. You know,
yeah. So Sophie says, I am still learning Irish. Congratulations, very happy. And I recently held an informal class the Monday after St. Patrick's Day.
you
A
learn
number of
Irish.
people. Yeah, her father was Irish, and
Learning Irish. You mean like
Irish
the
Irish language, Virginia. Irish is a separate language, and the number of people stopped to
you mean
learn,
Gaelic?
and I'm so proud to share. What?
Gaelic?
Irish, Virginia. Irish people speak Irish.
I'm
Scottish
pretty
people
sure
speak.
you speak English, but I know what you're
No,
saying.
No, they speak English because of the English influence. They don't speak English because that's their language. They speak
But
Irish
what's
over
it's?
there.
I'm pretty sure it's not called Irish though.
Yeah, Samo. Childhood was stolen as well, because of abuse and bullying. So bullying is a huge thing, and especially
Is it
uh, I
really?
I went through bullying in school, and
You
I
did not
went
get
because
to.
I was big when I was in primary school, and especially I was in a European school where
Sometimes with your
people
press.
have they have no stop. What do you call it? That stop thing on their mouth. They don't have that over there in Europe.
You mean
So,
plug?
what? The plugs. I should have bought plugs and just big
No,
like,
you know what? You
oh
should
my
have
god,
bought
no, no, wait, wait, wait,
pacifiers.
wait.
Baby
I
pacifiers. Put them in their mouth.
pacifiers, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy like huge pacifiers. Okay, and if anybody like I'm gonna go around, if anybody starts talking about like stupid stuff, I'm just gonna plug it in. Or is that bad?
I think I understand what you're saying, Sophie, but I'm pretty sure like I know like Scottish people they speak it's like it's a whole it's like there's a different language.
Scottish people speak Scottish. Irish
But
people
I
speak
don't
Irish. English people speak English.
I'm pretty sure it's called Gaelic though. Or
I
maybe the
think Gaelic.
Scottish one is called Gaelic.
I think Gaelic is all three of them, Virginia, isn't it? Like, okay, so European
You mean how
languages
like
from,
Norway is Scandinavian?
yeah, how Polish, Ukrainian, Czechoslovakian are all Slavic languages.
Slavic, yes.
Those are Slavic
Okay, yeah,
languages.
that's probably what I'm thinking of.
So Gaelic is a certain group of languages, I think. Anyways, I'm not gonna elaborate
I
on that.
don't know. You know what? I'm gonna look this up because
Exactly.
I'm
So
gonna
we
do it
can learn.
later, but I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I know it's different. It sounds completely different. I've heard it before. It's just I didn't know it was actually called Irish language. You know.
Well, we went to Ireland. My sister always said, yeah, they speak Irish. You know.
Yeah, but
So
I
I
always
asked her.
understood people when they were speaking Irish. You didn't
No,
understand it.
real Irish is like a real
Mama, I understood.
strong English slang.
Somehow I understood.
Some of it, not all of it.
No, you did not understand. I understood everything.
Okay, so I would just want to read this. Sophie says, "Wait,
It
it's
was because
going
I'm
on."
obsessed with Celtic.
Okay, let's read this. 'Cause, I have come to terms with three past traumatic events, and that is what got me to wake up from disassociation.
Scottish Gaelic is
And
related to Irish. Yeah, so there's Scottish Gaelic and Irish Gaelic. That's what I'm talking about. So is the Manx. So is the
they
Manx. They
both
are part of the Gaelic
they
branch.
both Gaelic. They both Gaelic. That's what I meant.
Yes. Okay. Yes, because there's Scottish Gaelic and there's Irish Gaelic. That's what I
Yeah,
meant. That's how my brain was working.
yeah.
It's
So the
hard to put
British.
into words sometimes, but it's
You
because it
remember
was in there
The British invaded Ireland
everywhere.
and Scotland and well a lot of the world. But yeah. And so someone says I am half Scottish.
Where
Ooh,
haven't they invaded?
nice. But no accent. I have uh what kind of accent? Scouse?
Scouse accent.
What kind of accent is that?
Scouse? Scouse.
Okay, so with Scottish Gaelic is related to Irish,
Yes,
so
we read this.
is the
So is the
Manx.
Manx.
They are part of the Gaelic branch. Okay. Yep.
Hmm.
So I think my sister told me that she finally learned some Scottish because she's
I
been
think in you mean
ah
Irish.
Irish, not Scottish,
I think
because
in
she's been
Northern
living there
Ireland
for
is where they speak the Northern Ireland isn't part of the UK. I think that's where they speak more.
They don't speak. I don't think they speak English there at all. They mostly speak Irish because they don't
Yeah,
have.
they speak. It's only like at the border is where they speak. Is some English, but they mostly speak. It's like Northern Ontario. They only really speak French there.
Oh, Liverpool British Scouse accent. Okay,
Ah, okay.
all right. Yeah. So yeah, I guess Liverpool has a different accent than London, for example. I guess
Yeah,
because
London is a bit more posh.
I grew up in
Smaller
Poland, and
dolls.
we have each region of Poland has their accent. So they have
Even
their
in
slang.
Canada, each region has different like.
Oh yeah, the Eastenders. Yeah, they speak it differently. They have
Yeah,
their
there's
accent.
there's like, hey bud, how you doing? You want to? Or even in Alberta, it's like different. It's like almost like a Midwestern American accent.
It's like, oh yeah, yeah, they speak like a howdy, ma'am. When I
No,
went there, I
that's
know. Yes, they do because I went there.
yeah. What during the Calgary Stampede?
And yes.
So there you go. Those are cowboys. Okay, those are not normal Albertans.
Oh, maybe those are
Albertans are more
Americans
like
saying hi to me on the street because I was thinking how friendly they are, and I was like, I would travel from Toronto. We lived in Toronto already for such a long time that when I went there,
Irish
I'm like,
language only.
wow,
Don't go Waterford and Dingle Peninsula. Ah, okay.
people here in Calgary are so nice. They're just saying hi to me like right on the street. Wow, and I don't even know them, and it was like, wow, that is so cool.
Yeah, like why can't we be like that in Toronto? I think people would be like a lot
People,
nicer.
listen,
They'd
if
be a
you say
lot
hi to
happier.
everybody on the street and you don't know them here in Toronto, they're gonna like, who are you? Or they're just like,
Weirdo.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's what they
they're
do.
gonna be,
They're like
they're gonna
it's
run
like
away. They're not gonna know why you.
it's the same thing in New York. It's like is they say that they said people are the Americans say that Toronto is the Canadian New York, and then the Canadians say that the New York is the Americans Toronto. But they're the same. They're all like if you say hi to random strangers, just like okay, weirdo.
And apparently, I drive like a New Yorker. Remember when we went to? Oh, what's going on? Oh,
Mama,
wait, wait!
I think New Yorkers drive safer than you.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Just in time. It was like 1 second away from disconnecting because my my battery went down. I didn't know it wasn't connected. Okay, sorry guys.
Yeah, mom, but I will
I
say
saved it.
that New Yorkers drive safer than you.
Oh, we have a dingle. New York is safer
New
because
Yorkers
I'm not,
drive safer than you.
because
Oh wait,
I'm not
no, that's
there.
somebody
Oh
else.
no, no, wait, wait. New Yorkers are safer because I'm not driving on on the streets of New York. There you go.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, that's
I mean, people be driving crazy in Toronto too, so it's just,
oh yeah, yeah.
driving. You know what? New York is probably safer because they always have traffic and the cars are always stuck behind each other, so that's why they have less accidents. Canada just has too much space, and that's why we're not stuck behind each other. That's why there's accidents because they think, oh yeah, I have this whole stretch of highway to drive, and then they go, and then there's a car stopped, and they're like, oh, where did that come from?
Boom.
Yeah,
Where did I
exactly.
come from? Boom. Oh, I saw one bad accident on a highway like
Two
that.
million second language speakers, and I'm proud to be part of the 2 million. Oh,
You are proud. You know another language that is super cool to think to know.
I
Um,
remember. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was a dream.
Are
There
you
was
okay?
somebody talking about how they spoke. Okay, no, I was watching Princess Diaries last night. She says she spoke 9 languages.
And how old are you? Princess Diaries.
Hey,
Okay.
listen, I wanted to watch something that I knew would make me happy. Okay,
Come, come on, come.
and I had some nostalgia that I needed to curb the craving, so I watched Princess Diaries 1 and 2.
Honey, I'm happy that it made you happy. That's a really nice movie.
So
Okay.
yeah, so is it apparently, so what was it? It was the grandmother that knew 9 languages.
Oh, you speak sign language?
A
Samo?
bit of sign language. What is it? Because you're in
What's
Liverpool. What is it? Is it called? Is it American Sign Language, or is there like a different version of this British Sign Language?
yeah, that would oh
Because
yeah,
that
that
that I
must
want to
be.
know. Because there probably is, because there's different slang in the
So is there a
UK,
difference
obviously.
between is there a difference between Canadian and American Sign Language?
Yeah, it's slightly different. So CSL, there's also French slang language, which, and then there's French sign language, and then there's Canadian French Sign Language as well.
So Samo says it's the BSL, so British Sign Language.
Yeah, British Sign Language. So
Yeah.
yeah, because all the, like,
Zina, stop stressing.
you try to speak Canadian French sign language in France, and nobody's gonna understand you. It's completely a different language. Hi,
Yeah.
Daddy. Come here. Come
Oh
here.
yeah.
You see,
Sophie,
it's a party now. It's a party.
Sophie, YouTube is not
Watch
gonna let
this.
you. YouTube is not gonna let you post some of the stuff if you copy and paste from Google because they've been actually I
Copyright
think
strikes.
yeah they're not letting it through. So like try not to copy and paste. Like if you can just like type it down, then that's good. But they're not gonna let you copy and paste because I know they retracted it before and they're doing that for
Yeah, it's an
copyright reasons.
automatic.
Yeah.
I
Yay! Where's the doggies? Zena, come here. You wanna say hi to everybody? Come, come,
have
come,
one
come,
over
come.
there on my feet, and then I have another one over here. He's under the blankets.
How are you, kitty, Sophie? You have two, right? I remember one. You were
Kitties?
always showing me the one. Yeah, she has
Kitty?
cats.
Are they fluffy? I want a
Yeah,
fluffy.
she is.
Oh
Oh,
my god, I haven't
beautiful.
pet a kitty in so long.
And Samo, do you have any pets? Pets are awesome. Come here. Come. You
Bruno,
wanna say
I
hi to
think I
everybody?
will have to take you to
Come
the
say
pet
hi.
store and
Come.
pet the kitties.
Give
Or
me.
maybe I'll just take Debbie.
Come on.
Because
You're
you're
not
too
getting my
crazy.
salad. You can't eat my salad. You're a dog.
I want
No,
to
don't
press my
eat.
kitties.
Oh, the mice is eating your
Oh
food,
yeah,
man. Go
typos.
finish it up.
Yeah, see, I know, I understand that.
Go
Because
finish it
I
up.
do that. I'm like,
She's
I
eating your
no,
food.
nobody can see my spelling mistakes.
Don't let her eat your food. That's your food. Go finish it up.
I do that. It's a little OCD with the language. Oh my god, Bruno.
Oh, you had typos? Okay.
I mean, they
Oh,
have
yeah.
hypoallergenic
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
dogs, and there's hypoallergenic cats too, which I recently found out.
Yeah, Michelle, my other daughter was slightly allergic to cat fur as well, which we didn't know because
That
we
was
had.
after she moved out. She developed an allergy to cats.
Well, when she lived with us, we didn't know she had that allergy. She might have
No,
had that
she didn't have
allergy.
an allergy. You can develop an allergy after, because she never had any issues before.
Yeah, I remember Clay and Betsy. Nice. Yeah.
Clay was 17. Wow.
Yeah.
I bet
Oh,
I bet
Betsy, I
Bitsy is
didn't.
keeping Clay young.
I didn't meet Betsy. Okay, I met Clay then. I remember.
Oh my gosh. Bruno.
You want to say hi to
Debbie's not
everybody? Come,
moving.
come say
Debbie's
hi to,
just on my feet, but
come say
like
hi. Come,
Bruno's,
come,
he's just getting himself comfortable.
come say hi. Come on, come on, come on,
Zena, where's
come.
my baby Zena?
Don't be shy. Come say hi. Don't be shy.
Oh
Come
my
say hi.
god,
Come,
we saw it. You know how Zena's like, oh, you can't
come.
sniff me unless I allow you.
This is
The
my
other
this is
dogs.
my last baby that I have at home. My other babies left.
Mm.
My other
So,
babies
so
left
you know
me.
how like Zena won't let a dog sniff her unless she allows it. Like she'll like yell at them if they try to sniff her without her permission.
Oh, she's a
There
girl.
was
She
there was a girl like that at the park that Debbie tried to sniff her. She was a husky. She was so vocal. Debbie tried to sniff her, and she's
thank
like,
you,
"Hey, what you
Sama.
doing back there?" She's like, "Don't you go?" And she like flipped all the way around. She did a 180. She's like, "Hey, don't sniff back there. I didn't give you permission." And then
Yeah.
Debbie tried to go around, and then she's like, "No, no, you're not gonna get it."
Well, that's it, and they're gonna let them know. Hey,
Eventually, Debbie gave up because he's like, "Okay, whatever."
and that's how you have to be in life. You have to stop people. You know, like especially with bullies are
Yeah, she didn't give her consent, and so Debbie was like,
bullies
"Okay, fine," and
happen
give up.
at any age, anywhere in the world, all the time. So
Even
when
animals,
somebody,
see, that's proof. Even animals give consent. Even
yeah, so
animals are
when
capable of giving consent.
guys, if somebody comes to bully you, you just say, "Hey, stop right now, stop." I taught
I
that to
don't give you
Virginia.
permission to bully me.
You just say stop, walk away. This is not, no, this is it. That's it. You cut the cord when somebody wants to go on. No, no, no. You can walk away. You can walk away or make them walk away. You go away. I don't want to talk to you. You're not worth
Like
it.
cat socks died when, and we had a baby girl named Tilly, but she died from a fatal illness that young kitties can get, and when she died at the age of 8 months,
Oh,
I
sorry
have to
to
wash
hear
my hands
that.
off her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend Samo that she's allergic. She loves dogs, but she's allergic to them. So
Yeah.
she plans to pet dogs. So she plans ahead of time. She takes a couple Benadryl, and then she'll be like, "Oh, I took some Benadryl. Can I pet your dog now?"
She can wear a glove, right? Is that gonna help? Like if she can wear one of those
I
gloves?
don't know.
I
I
mean, the
think it's
experience.
it's not the same, Mama. You want to feel the
I
fur.
know it's
You
not
want
the
to feel the
same.
beautiful fur and the hairs and like the warmth. And if it's a glove, it's not the same.
It's not the same because you don't get the energy of the love. That's why.
Imagine me petting you with plastic. Does that feel nice? No.
I know. I just
Exactly. It's not the
I just
same.
agreed.
You don't
I
feel
just
the
agreed to
same.
it.
You don't feel the same level of love if there's plastic in between. You need to feel the love,
I
the energy. You need to feel it. The plastic prevents the love energy coming through, so you
I
don't feel
know.
it.
I'm aware of
That's
that.
why
I
it has
just
to
said
be
that.
contact.
Yes, I'm aware of
Yes,
that.
you
And
take wet wipes. Thank you. See, you pet the doggy and
what?
then you wipe your hands after because
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
because
but
you
yeah, that
gotta
will
pet the
work.
doggy properly.
That will work. Yeah.
Now we have a rainbow baby, my bitsy girl, who was so like, ah, ah.
Yeah, this is so cool.
Yeah,
You're
I
gonna show.
remember. I remember there was a point. I think I was 12 or something, and there was the one of the cats had a litter of kittens, and then one of them got really sick, and I tried to stay up all night to nurse that kitty back to health. And but eventually I fell asleep and I woke up and the kitty was cold, and it was really sad because I wanted to have like a whole funeral for the little kitty, and where we were living. It was not ideal because there was a person living there that was like, mom wasn't home, so is a person living where it was like, oh well, it's gonna rain, so either we bury the cat now or throw it in the garbage.
No, we had people in the house, so we had to move to a place where we were sharing space with someone. Like before that,
Yes, that's
I
what
was
I'm
just
saying.
always renting a whole house before that, and we were able to have our,
Oh,
autonomy
didn't
and do
we rent a
whatever we
room?
wanted. We were just in the room over there, Virginia, and so that's why she said the one of the girl that spoke the one that spoke Spanish, the one you made friend with. She was the one who like was terrified of cats, and she
Yeah, but
couldn't
no, it
have a
was the
cat.
guy that was all like,
The
you
guy
know,
was also he didn't want the cats in there either. So we had the cats in
yeah, but
the
he could have been nicer about it. I was a kid
we had the cats in the storage there that they
and
had
I
the
was
storage which
crying.
they were still sheltered, but while I was trying to figure and find a home for them, because we at that point we had a lot of cats and we had kittens, and we had our did we have our two cats? Well, I gave my cat away,
We
my two
still
cats
had
away.
Sabrina and Cindy.
Yeah, and the kittens and their kittens. So there were two more cats, female cats, and we were trying to get them a home. And then this lady across the street was giving us hard time because she was like, "Oh, they're like, she was this pet. What do you call it?
Pet
Pet
police.
per. Yeah, she wasn't a pet police. She was an idiot, but she was just giving us hard time,
You
and
mean a
so that,
Karen? She was a Karen.
I mean, she was.
Mama, you don't know the
I don't want
lingo.
to
You
say
don't know
what
what a
she was.
Karen is.
Karen, isn't Karen the one that just talks about things? Didn't just talk. She was the one who actually called the pet services on
Yes,
us.
that's what a Karen is. She's like, let me speak to your manager. A Karen is somebody who makes life difficult for everybody else just because she wants to create chaos in somebody's life. Oh, I'm gonna call there's literally videos of like Karens calling police on somebody just because the person was black. Like he was walking his dog, he was recording her. He was walking his dog, he was recording her, and she was like on the phone. Oh, he's trying to hit me right now. He's recording her. He was not doing it. He was just sitting there at the park
Oh,
recording
that's
her
okay.
on the phone.
There's a lot of
That's what
idiots
a
like that.
Karen
Yeah.
is. She's trying to be dramatic, whatever. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that was a Karen. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have good bad days, but it's not like before. Sometimes I'm so tired that I have to sleep or things do not feel real. But I'm able to pull myself out of that state, which is something I was not able to do when I thought I had a relapse of seizures. I know exactly how you feel. Um, I went for 2 years without seizures, and then after I broke my ankle and finally got the right medication, and then last year started having seizures again. I haven't had a seizure since November, but at the same time, it's like when you think you're starting to have seizures again, it's like is it gonna happen? Like is it freaks you out? It's like I don't want to
Scary.
go through that again because I
It's
went for so many
scary.
years
Yeah.
through that, and I got a taste of freedom of like what it's like to not live with seizures and to be free and to have a quality of life, be able to do things that I wasn't able to do, that I was not allowed to do because it would trigger a seizure. And then it's just like, it was like, whoo, so felt so good. And then it's like the second you have a seizure again, it's like, oh my God, I gotta deal with this again. right?
So why don't you share why you started having those seizures? Because we both know why you did have
I
those
started
seizures.
having those seizures because of a crazy lady that I was working with. I
And
will not
living
mention
with
names for legal reasons. Um,
and living with.
and yeah, I started living with her. I only started having seizures again after I started living with her. Um, and so she's a crazy lady and made me overwork myself. So that's probably part of the reason that I had started having seizures again, because I wasn't getting proper sleep, and her problems became my problems. No matter how much, if I tried to go in another room and work on something, she would follow me into the room and then continue repeating, being repetitive about her problems, which she did nothing to fix. Which I had, like, I thought she was asking for advice, and even at times when she asked for advice, I would give her advice, and she would not apply that advice, and then keep having the same problem over and over again, because she would do the same thing over and over again, and keep complaining about the same problem over and over again. Even though I would let her know that, she's being repetitive and she needs to fix the problem, otherwise she's going to keep having this problem. And so yeah, I was going insane, and so my body took it out in the best way it knew, and it started having seizures again.
Guys,
And then the second I
Sophie
moved out, no more. No more seizures.
Sophie and Samo, can you just
A
type
cat named
in.
Poppy as a pet, and she was the sister to our family cat called Jake, but had to find a new home. And I have had hamsters called Dibbles, that's cute, Taz, and a gerbil called Dimples as pets. A gerbil called Dimples is because they put this stuff in their cheeks. Those
Yeah,
are like
read
the
the
opposite
second
of
one.
dimples. I did have an episode in front of a club member, and it was the worst episode I've had in a while, but I was able to come to. Yeah. See, the thing is, when my seizures started happening again, I think the first time I didn't have an aura. The first time when it came back, I didn't have an aura, so it just happened. But after that, that's like the first time I had auras. Uh, the second one that happened last year, when they came back. So I started having auras after that, and then I could feel auras since then. But like going so many years without feeling an aura and just the seizures just happening, like it's, you know, even the
So
2 years I
Sophie,
had free of seizures was just like, is like, I don't know if this is gonna come back because I can't feel if it will come back. So it's like that guessing game.
Sophie and Samo, can I want to ask you because my life paused. Virginia was talking and she wasn't looking in the camera, so she probably didn't notice it. But it said my life said that it has restarted. Did you?
And
Did,
no, it
did
doesn't look like it's restarted.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it
Mama,
was
my
just on
thing
my
was
phone.
still on. The numbers were still going. The chat
Okay,
was
so
still
everything.
going. Everything was
So
fine. It was just your camera that paused for a bit. I saw it go black for a second, but that's
oh,
about
did
it.
it? Okay, super. Okay, good. Okay, good to
It
know.
went
That's
black for
good.
like a second at most.
Okay, okay, that's good.
It came
That's
back
good.
right away. It probably
Super.
paused for
Thank
like
you.
2 seconds.
Yeah, because I thought it ended the
It's
live stream,
I
and I'm
think
like,
it's
no,
I
no,
think
no.
it's the internet.
I think so, probably.
The internet's a lot better here, even though it's not as great because it's still a building. It's still got to
Well,
share the line with other
this
people.
what is this? The one that we have 1 gigabit here supposedly, and yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
but
one
the
gigabit.
wires are old.
Oh, I know.
They
And there's
changed
so
the
many.
bell. They changed the bell. To the fiber optics wires. But even though even the people who are like paying for fiber optics, there's the with Bell in that building, they said that they're still having the same problems.
And they
So
listen. Bell is not as good as. Okay, but anyways, I'm with Bell. I think I'm with Bell now.
no,
Okay,
you're with
yeah.
Rogers.
Are you sure?
Is Rogers.
Okay, well, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
difficult as this when mom and I watched my dad die. Oh, yeah,
yeah, I
I know.
remember that. I remember that, Sophie. You were telling me about it last time, and that's something that it takes time to heal. Okay, all of our past traumas, they take time to heal, and you need to take that time.
And
You
never
need,
let anybody tell you that how long you have to grieve. It
yeah,
is it is your dad after all.
and
And
it is your time.
there is no limit to how much. There was somebody that said this. They were talking about a conversation they had with a child. They were teaching their child about emotional intelligence. There is no finite resource of emotions that you can feel. So, and there is no limited time of how long you can feel it. So for someone to tell you that, oh, you should already be done grieving because, oh, it's been a year,
Who are
then
they,
don't listen
right?
to those people.
Who are they? I mean, you can consider whatever someone is saying to you, because they want you still to be well. They
Well,
don't
they
always
want you to
mean
be
well.
well, that you won't
Yeah.
feel like this way forever. Sure, that's the truth. You won't always feel like that. You won't feel it as deeply with time, but you should allow yourself to feel those feelings as they happen, so that you can properly process through those feelings, and so they're not still stuck in there. Because when they say, oh, you have a this amount of time to grieve, you only have that amount of time to allow yourself to grieve, and then you have to push the rest of it back because of life, whatever. But that's not okay. That's not what we should be teaching everybody. Is we should be teaching people that they're allowed to feel their feelings as long as they want, as long as they need to process those feelings. Because nobody is the same.
Stop looking. Stop it.
So
Sorry.
nobody's the same in their grieving process. It's you know
Um.
it's 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 different for everybody.
Yeah.
So like there's no definite amount of time that you can grieve. And I get it that you're still grieving your father, and it's understandable.
Yeah, so someone says most of the time I don't notice I have gone into a seizure, but my friends and support workers notice it. So that's what was happening to Virginia. Sometimes when she had a seizure, like she was, talking before, she was saying, "Oh, Virginia, is everything okay? Your camera went out. Okay."
I flipped
So
the screen because I was scratching my wrist.
Okay, so like when I went shopping, for example, that's usually I worked my schedule into working nights when she was sleeping, so she would be sleeping when I'm working, and then when I come back, I'd be home. If she was like up and
You
doing
mean
stuff
when I was supposed to be sleeping?
when you were supposedly sleeping, yes,
Supposed to be, not supposedly, supposed to be.
supposed to be, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah.
We
You
both
didn't
know
even
I didn't.
There were only a few times when you actually pretended you were sleeping, but most of the time you were right up waiting for me to bring those donuts, weren't you?
Donuts, no, the hot dogs,
Oh, hot
sausages,
dogs. Okay, hot dogs and sausages. Yeah.
sausages, and on the rare occasion when you went to those fiestas, that plate of food,
Oh man, they had such good food. Gee,
I want
I miss
that
it.
food.
Yeah. Then you gotta go. You can go with Andrew now when they have the fiestas. Nobody's stopping you. You and Andrew go and eat for free over there. There you go. Yeah. But what? Why are you laughing?
Because I'm thinking about it.
Oh, Yeah.
Like, isn't it far?
Oh,
It would cost
okay.
more money to get there than to than to just
Oh,
order
okay.
it from someplace
I'll
online.
drive you. I'll drive you. We all eat. Okay. I can't be for a long time because I don't want Zina to be here at night and making noise if she's not happy. Oh, okay. Anyway, so Sama says my dad passed last year in August. Yeah. Oh, okay. This year. This year. Oh, okay. I didn't get the last of it.
No,
So yeah, we're sorry to hear that. Actually, my father right now is going through
but
a lot of stuff. They found stuff in his brain after MRI. He's got a whole bunch of issues after uh, six six cancer. When people recover, what's it called? Relapse.
remission,
Rem, what?
remission.
Remission. Yeah. So he well, he got well
Doesn't he
after
have
like six.
another one now?
Oh, he still has the pancreas. It's still almost his pancreas is almost gone, and you
My lady
can't
no se muere.
replace pancreas. So it's But anyways, let's leave that subject. We're talking about having fun, epilepsy, and dealing with the here and now
See,
because we're
I
gonna
think the
deal with
only
here and
benefit
now.
of having epilepsy, I think when I was in my early 20s, was having these big, strong EMS guys and women hitting on me. Or no, my bad. I was hitting on them. They weren't hitting on me. I was
Oh,
just, I was just like, ooh, so strong. Can I have your
wow.
number? Not once did I get their number. They're like, I'm working.
Yeah,
I
well,
was
they're
like,
not
I'm
allowed to.
flattered. And there was like, I remember there was a few times where there was some really attractive EMS people, and like, they were like, I'm married. I'm like, but you look so young. I was like, so I'm still married.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Sophie says, I told my disability club that I may not have the mental capacity to help others if anyone is in the crisis, and that I will be more transparent with my struggles. Yeah, you gotta let people know what's going on, and I mean that's when especially if you have people who will understand you, because there are some people who are so closed that they will not understand. Doesn't matter if you speak their language. It doesn't matter how you explain it to
Neither,
them. They
because
will
some
not.
of them paramedics are fit. I know, right? You get it. You get it, Samo, okay? So I remember I was hitting on this one paramedic, and then he said, "You know how many times I get proposed to a day
A
per
day.
shift, per
Oh my
shift?"
god.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, "How many?" He's like, "Oh, I lost count." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Well, is that a brag or just like exhaustion from getting proposed to by emergency patient?" He clearly doesn't take those seriously anymore. Because maybe at the beginning, but
Oh
like, oh my
no.
god.
No. Yeah. That's they
He's like,
already
oh
build
my
the
god, another proposal.
you know how you build the resistance, they build the resistance too. So there you go.
They're like, yeah,
Sama was
yeah, sure, we'll get married. Just get onto this, just get into this bed and make sure that we fix your broken body. We'll talk about it when you're not on all of these medications.
yeah, and Sophie says so she will still be there for anyone. Yeah. So that's you gotta be
Well,
transparent, and
strong.
exactly. Someone says that it will be his first birthday, his
That
father's
is
birthday in
dad's
heaven.
first birthday in heaven.
Yes, that's what I meant. And I miss him so much. He was your hero. Yes. So we do, just take your time, celebrate his birthday if you have a chance. That's a thing. Sometimes to help you cope with it, whatever works for you, and that's how you choose how you celebrate it, or how you deal with it, because different people have different uh ways of coping. And because some of them paramedics are fit.
Yes, we talked about this part already, Mom.
Yeah, because you missed the other one, but yeah, okay.
No, I didn't miss it. I
I
just
I I
I
I
listen.
thought
I just processed through everything a lot quicker. Okay, the fat on my
I
body's
already
finally
I
going through my brain.
already know that. I already know that. When you're running, I'm like behind you, 100 kilometers behind you. That's how I know you're quicker.
I'm
Yeah.
running. You're just slowly taking steps or just inching your butt.
So yesterday when I was on TikTok
I
yesterday,
got
and
ADD,
one
man.
and the lady says, I'm the way she's described herself, she says, I'm a turtle. Like, I like to do things, slowly and surely, like the turtle. So I said, well, I'm that way too, because I kind of, I know that, I
Slow
realize
and
it.
steady wins the race, but also
Mm.
slow and steady doesn't when you're hungry. It's like
Well,
you're gonna
depends.
miss out on some food. You're gonna miss out on the if you're slow and steady to the buffet, you're gonna miss out on a lot of the buffet because other people will eat the buffet and you'll only get
But
the scraps.
I thought they're supposed to refill the plates in the buffet.
You know
Mm.
what I mean? Whatever.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah. Mom's
Mom's
from.
trauma time is from my birthday to January 2nd when mom and dad got married. But my time is from March 23 to April 23. So I'm going through the trauma time right now. I get that when it's significant dates for each of you. So of course it's going to be different, for a friend of mine, it's his uncle passed, and for him it's uh his uncle's birthday. So, and for his father, it's his uncle's, you know day of passing. So it's different for everybody, when they're reminded of it, when they really feel it deeply. And it's just how you're gonna feel. That's those are your feelings, and your feelings are valid. You don't have to uh, listen to people who are telling you that you shouldn't be feeling this, and then or just get over it, because that's
You
an
have
old
a
way
right
of
to
thinking.
feel. You have a right to feel what you feel. That's what she's
Exactly.
saying. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go
And
now. It was great to see you again, my friend, and lovely to meet you, Mom. Hello. Sending love and hugs. Yes. Yes. Love ya.
you're awesome, Samo. Thank you for being with us. Okay, come back again. Are you make sure you subscribe to our channel, and we're
As
gonna
in the flag. As in the
we're gonna
flag.
reach. Listen, we're gonna reach out to you, and I'm gonna reach out to you. Reach out to me on TikTok. Okay.
Reach out to
Is
me
it
on TikTok. I'm Virginia Digilax.
what's your name on TikTok? Can you type it down in
Did
the
they?
in the chat?
They already said.
What? He didn't say what his name on TikTok was.
I'm pretty sure. Let me look. I'm looking. I'm
No,
looking.
he didn't say that.
I'm looking. I'm looking.
Bye, Sama. You wanna share your name on TikTok so we can, so I know
Or you can
which
add
one
us
you.
on TikTok.
Unless you have the same
I'm gonna
picture on TikTok,
suggest.
I will know. I will know it's you.
Put your
So you go and find them, and
TikTok, TikTok,
Sophie says some of my triggers are anything to do with kidney failure or heart surgery or cancer. My father, so I hear cancer, I automatically associate it with my father because he's got so many different cancers that he actually combated.
Jim.
Wow.
I'm on TikTok as
And
well.
I'm
I
okay
think
with
this
people
name
who
is the
talk
name on
about them,
TikTok.
but I will be very anxious.
See,
Yeah.
I told you.
So say what? His name is the same?
This name is the name on TikTok.
Oh, that's why you changed your name. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I told you. I told you he said it.
So some of my other channel that I just opened on TikTok is uh what's it called? Perception. Okay, I couldn't change the name yet, but I'll change it to Perception Realexcel later on, because I couldn't change it when I first opened it, and it was yesterday. So I need to wait for about a week to do that.
So what is it
Yeah,
right now?
it's called Perception. I'll change it to Perception underscore Realexcel, I guess, later on. But I want it to be associated with Realexcel so people know it's me because
That's why I put
when
Virginia DG and all of my stuff.
yeah, well, I
That's my
couldn't change it right
brand,
there.
baby. That's
They
my
let you change
brand.
it. Yeah, they let you only change it every 7 days.
Also,
So,
Samo, if you got Twitch, I'm Virginia DG. I play video
yeah,
games.
Virginia DG is everywhere.
We can hang
Virginia
out.
DG.
We can hang out, be friends. It's
Oh
fun.
yeah, you can. Virginia likes to play games. You can hang out with her on Twitch.
Whee!
Wee wee wee. Bye, Samo. You have a good night. I don't know
You
if
see
it's night
this?
for
I
you.
got one, two.
Oh, this is no. They are like. What time do they have? It's 12 here. It's like 5 o'clock there in the morning. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He stayed up all night. Okay, that's good.
Or
Okay,
maybe
so
just woke up really early. Who knows?
2 o'clock in the morning. Who wakes up at 2 o'clock, Virginia?
Mama,
It's
listen, sometimes I go to sleep at 7 p.m. and I wake up at 2 a.m. And then
okay.
I
Yeah.
go back to sleep at 5 a.m.
Okay, I hear you.
Because I think I'm going to be able to sleep until maybe 10 and then do stuff, but I end up sleeping till 3.
Yeah, yeah. I hear you. Okay,
Hi,
mommy.
Debbie. Look at this. He's spreading himself out more. Look at this. I got my leg. My leg isn't even there anymore. I got one leg stuck.
So, Sophie, how close are you to your graduation? Are you graduating soon? Because it's been a lot of years. I think you're close to your graduation, right?
Yeah,
Where are you
he
in the school
said.
right
So he
now?
said. See, you forget things, Mama.
I have also been suspicious that I am an empath or a highly sensitive person. Yeah, I know I am, and that is a huge possibility as well. Yeah.
93% closer to my degree. That's what she said. So, are you
Yeah.
almost done? Are
Are you
you almost
asking
done
me?
college?
Oh, are you asking her? Okay.
Yes, because she said that she's 93% closer to her degree. So that means like she's almost out of the way. So is this the last year that you're in college, or is this going to be like I don't know how it does, because like when you have epilepsy, at least in Canada, you have an option to be uh to get like a slower thing. Like my friend, instead of doing the full for first year in 1 year, she was able to do 3 courses a year. It took a longer, but it was able.
Oh yeah,
to
they
manage
they
her
were
health.
actually they were gonna
Hey,
give you that option too until your seizures increased, and then I had to pull you out of school completely. I don't know if
well,
you
no, they
remember
did
that.
give me that. That I did do that, but
Yeah,
the problem was
the
I
seizures.
couldn't choose when the classes were. Because if I could have chosen, I would have been like, can this my first class be in the second period instead of the first period?
And you also mean that your brain didn't agree with you all the time at the times when you wanted to be up.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Ah,
I found a metal band. It has really helped me and what got me started to singing again. Ooh, very cool. What's the band called? I might know. Unless like it's super, super under the radar.
yeah, Virginia.
I got sushi on my pants. Uh-oh, I got some food on my pants. It's a joke because they're sushi rolls.
That's why I laughed. But you didn't look.
That's how I roll. That's how I roll. Nightwish. Oh, I know Nightwish.
Oh wait, there's a joke.
See, look at this beautiful sushi right here.
Sophie, what has five toes and it's not my foot? I know she gets that.
No, the joke is what has five toes and is not your foot.
That's what I said.
Oh, you said my foot, not your foot.
Ah, damn! I give it away.
Mm,
I give it. I am messing up.
mm.
Those are yeah. Oh
Look at
well.
this. Look at these sushis. There's different sushis.
Oh, your hands, but your hands have fingers. Zena is like, I'm in the Netherlands.
It's only toes if you're a doggy.
Yeah. Oh, the joke was what has five toes and is not your foot, and the person responds my foot. That's what the joke is. I know.
Although some, oh, okay, well, doggies usually have like four toes, unless it's like one of those doggies that has five
And
toes.
and the short one here,
But
right? The claw
that's not
thingy.
considered a toe.
Okay.
There are some dogs that have a fifth one.
The cats
That
have four. The cats have four, and do they have that fifth one too?
no, it's only four. And they
On
have the dew
cats,
claw. It's called the dew claw.
but the
So
cats
it's
don't have
just
the
a
do claw.
claw.
Cats
It's
don't
just a
have the claw.
it's imagine if instead of my thumb, it was just my nail coming out of my hand.
Ah,
That's what a dew
okay.
claw is. There's
Right.
no thumb. It's just the nail coming out of the hand.
Yeah.
That's what a dew claw is. But in some dogs, they have the actual paw, the actual toe still there. But those are usually the ones that are like mixed with wolves and stuff.
So Zena,
Xena does not have the toe. She does not have the toe there. She just has the claw.
she no, she has a thing sticking out, and then the claw. Zena, let me see.
No, that's part of her fingernail.
Okay.
That's part of her fingernail. That's not the actual finger. Think of it as like this and forward, this and forward. That's what she's got. She does not have this part. This part is technically the finger.
Yeah. So Sophie says, I sang in elementary school to around eighth grade. I was a soprano. And Sophie continues singing because I stopped singing for many years and I lost my singing voice. Okay. When you sing,
You can still get your singing voice back.
you want your voice all the time because you don't know when, when you want to start singing again. And if you get to the point where it's like kind of, oh
Mm.
shoot, I lost my voice, then, you're gonna say, oh, I should have been singing all the time, which is something, that you just do for fun because you enjoy it, right? When you sing, you enjoy it. Virginia likes to sing in a, I don't know if she still likes to sing in the
Yes, I
shower.
love to sing.
So there you go. Then I stopped, but I started again and I worked on my voice and I am back to being a soprano. Yeah, girl, that's
Mommy,
good.
Mama,
Yes.
I
Yes.
want to tell you a joke.
Okay.
What has two thumbs and wants to eat?
Virginia.
This girl.
Are you supposed to say this girl? You said two thumbs.
Give bubbles.
Oh,
Bubbles.
you're
Make the
holding the
bubbles.
camera.
It's a bubble gum. Ah! It's all the bubbles.
Hi, Andrew. Woo-hoo.
Look at Bruno. Bruno's like,
You're on
they're
TV,
all going
Andrew.
towards him. It's a look at him. Let me show what. See, look, there's you put batteries in it, and then there's a
Woo.
little thing over here,
Oh, that is
and
so
then you
cool.
press it. There's a fan inside. There's a fan inside that blows the bubbles. So
Oh my
when you press
gosh.
this, the bubbles come out.
I'm gonna need this one
It's
for
a fishing bubbles.
I'm gonna need to borrow that one for some videos that I wanna make.
You can, you know what? I think Zina would really love this. It comes in a pack of two. So
Oh,
there's a pink one like this, and there's a blue one.
yeah.
And I think if you do this, you're gonna need some double A batteries. You're gonna need four double A batteries.
I have
So
lots of double A batteries.
okay, but you're gonna need four batteries, and then
Like,
I think Zena will like playing with this
yeah.
with
Oh
the
yeah.
bubbles,
She
trying to
you
catch
mean
the bubbles.
she's gonna try to eat the bubbles.
No, 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 no.
Does Debbie do that? Or
Bruno
he's too
tries to catch the
lazy
bubble, and then he went.
because it
He went. "Mm."
because it's soap. They're not gonna
And
like
then he
it.
stopped trying to catch them. He goes You're supposed to boop them, go move, and then he stopped trying to catch them because they're.
So Sophie says I was a part of a group called Super Sopranos. Nice. And I am able to sing along with and well with Nightwish. Nightwish, you
Oh,
know
that's
that
very
group?
cool.
I
Yes,
don't know.
Mama. Nightwish is a metal band,
Oh, okay. I probably heard them, but I just don't know who they are
and
because
no, I'm pretty
I'm
sure you have not heard them.
okay. I'm pretty sure I did, but
No,
uh, okay.
you don't listen to metal.
Well, what about accidentally here, Manol? that that happened before.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean like this? You accidentally hear metal?
I'm laughing.
Hear metal clang? Known for the song
uh,
"Sleeping Sun." Yeah, see, I know that.
hmm,
Granted, the lead singer has been singing for 20 years. Yeah, exactly. It's like almost like Rush.
Sleeping Sun. Okay.
You know who Rush is, right, Mom?
I do know Rush because they're
Okay.
old school.
They've been
Okay.
singing forever. They're
Well,
still singing. They're still touring
that's because everybody in
in
almost all
Canada. It's a
Canadian.
Canadian band.
I know. That's why we hear about it all the
That's if you're
time.
not
That's why
obsessed with Rush, you're not really Canadian.
I'm not obsessed with Rush.
This it's the joke. It's the joke that they have
Oh,
in
okay, yeah,
TV shows. You're not really Canadian unless you're obsessed with Rush. That's the
yeah.
joke.
Well, you can be obsessed with other things and still be
That's like
Canadian.
saying that unless you eat poutine for every meal, you're not Canadian.
You mean you're not uh Quebec Canadian?
And no, mom,
Poutine is a
you don't get the point. The point is the ridiculousness of it. You're not gonna eat poutine for every meal. Not even Quebecois are gonna eat poutine for every meal. That's
yeah,
my point.
yeah. You can't eat the same food every day. It's gonna drive you nuts.
Yeah, Zena. That's why Zena is so picky because she says I can't eat this
No,
every
she
day.
is. I cooked before I came on the live, so that's why it took a little longer because I wanted to stream earlier
Yeah,
because
but you cook the same thing
we
every day.
we would have had more people in the room. A lot of people are already
She's like
sleeping,
rice
and
again. Rice
I'm
again.
gonna
What am I? I'm
put
not a
rice.
rice monster.
I cooked quinoa today.
Oh, quinoa. Okay, maybe it's because it's crunchy.
No, she loves quinoa. I cooked quinoa
Yeah, she
with.
likes it because it's crunchy.
She loves it. With she loves
Bruno,
string
you need
beans, by the way, and she loves
both of the
egg.
doggies are gone.
And I cooked it together, and I put it in chicken broth, and
Okay, how about
she,
this? How about this? I gotta tell you something.
yeah.
How about this?
What's up?
I love you. I love everybody, but I want to eat.
I love you too, honey. I got hungry too. I've been actually playing
It's
with my
been three
salad for the.
hours. It's over 3 hours, and my belly wants some food.
I've been playing with my salad for past half an hour. Okay.
And somebody cook
So,
spaghetti with the sausages and the meatballs. So it's I'm I'm gonna go and eat that.
oh, and your brain is telling you it's time to eat. Okay. Okay. We're gonna
I've
let
been
you go. I
smelling
have
it
to.
for a while now, so it's my belly wants it. See, look at Bruno. Even
Oh
Bruno's like,
yeah,
"Come on, let's
Nightwish
go
was
eat.
from
You wanna go
1996.
eat, Bruno?
He wants to eat too. Okay.
Yeah, you wanna go eat, Bruno? You wanna eat this
Okay,
gooch?
guys, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for hanging out with us
That's slap on
on
my face.
this beautiful purple day for
Get it, Bruno.
epilepsy
Get it.
awareness. We're gonna be more often here on lives now
Get
that
it,
I
Bruno.
know that I can have actually Virginia. She's not living with me anymore, so that was that was a an issue of
You
getting
see that?
her to be on the lives. But now we it's not an
Get it,
issue
Bruno.
because
Get it.
we found a way on how to do it. So I'm gonna be heading
Go get your
over
boy.
to TikTok right now, where I'm
Go get your boy. Go get your boy.
uh,
Go get your boy. Yeah, he's getting it.
where I'm on the Real Excel. So if you guys are looking for me over there,
Mama,
the name is Real Excel,
mommy,
and you can find me there. Uh, Pretty much anywhere on the Real Excel. Okay,
look,
Virginia, say
he's
bye
getting
to
it. He's
Sophie. Come
getting
here,
it.
honey.
He's getting it. Look.
She, you're gonna make him sick, Han. Come
He's,
on, this is
Mama, it's bubbles.
it's soap. It's gonna make him sick. It's gonna make
He
his
put his
tummy
head
sick.
down because he's like, oh, I finally got one. It tastes nasty.
Yeah, yeah.
He finally
Okay,
caught one.
honey.
He's like, nah.
So say bye to Sophie because she came to see
Bye,
us.
love.
Bye, Sophie. Come on the next one. I'm gonna give a little bit more. What do you call it? More
I want to
time
eat.
before the live. Oh, don't
Nah,
disconnect
I'm
yet.
saying bye.
Okay, bye. I'm gonna give more notice next time. Okay, take care, Sophie. Nice seeing you. Okay, bye. Now I have no clue how to disconnect. I think this one. Yes. Okay, there we go.